You are now entering Video Village.
There the vegetable vanguards vigorously volunteer variously to view vomit, vilify vanity, verify value, validate virtue, and venerate vision for voo. Vaunting versatile varnished vocabularies to vituperatively voice vitriol and ventilate venom vindicates our vile, vulgar volumes. Va-va-voom.
Coming up,
I review King and Conqueror, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
and we review The Bad Guys 2,
Hostage.
Fixed,
Long Story Short.
Eddington,
The Life of Chuck.
Hallow Road,
F1.
and NE ZHA 2. I'm introducing the stuff today.
What do you mean?
Well, usually you're like, let's talk about this, but I'm going to do that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You're going to explain the premises, though.
No.
That's your job.
No.
That's what you do.
No, you introduce the things and I explain, and we're going to do the opposite today.
No, we're not going to do that.
Well, you're certainly going to have to do it with the first two things
yes.
we're going to talk about.
I will.
Because
I
only
agree
you've
to,
seen them.
Yes, I will definitely do it for the first
Okay, so the first thing is
Yes.
King and...
Yeah, I should do it, I think.
King
You've
and-
already failed.
No!
You've fallen at the first hurdle.
Mate.
The first thing is King and...
You've misspelt it.
Have I, or have you just done that?
Konuka.
Oh, right, hang on. Yeah, right, so it's spelt... I've spelt it C-O-N-U-K... U-Q-E... No, I can't even...
Spell your misspelling correctly.
U-Q-E-R-O-R. That didn't just... Your brain didn't correct that to Conqueror.
No.
You went King and... Canoe...
No, what my brain...
Two letters are flipped.
No, what my brain did was... Oh, it's misspelled. Sam never misspells things.
I see, okay.
must flag this.
Well, it's not misspelled.
But it's
in
an
my
historic
document,
moment.
I will point out.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, just tell us about King and Conqueror. What's going on?
What's it called?
King and Conqueror.
Thank you.
Maybe next time you can spell it correctly.
Okay. Well, maybe... Is that the only reason you volunteered to do the...
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good. Ha. Jokes happened. Now let's go back to normal.
No, I want to still...
No.
Okay, whatever.
King and Conqueror is a BBC Battle of Hastings miniseries. It's a two-hander with James Norton as Harold Godwinson and Nikolai Coster-Waldau as William the Conqueror, or as he's then known, William.
Right.
We find old Nick back in Game of Thrones territory, a terrain on which he's comfortable. Game of Thrones is the obvious point of comparison across the board. Eddie Marzan's in it. He's always a welcome addition.
Okay.
And he's pretty much the highlight as Edward the Confessor. Well, he and Juliet Stevenson as Lady Emma, who's his mother, who's a scary mix of Lady Macbeth and Norma Bates. Something happens in episode 4 that will have people Googling its veracity, and it is indeed a dramatic conceit. So some license is taken, but the broader strokes are accurate.
Okay.
Most people will be watching for the show's culmination at Hastings, the battle. I don't know if it will deliver the goods for medieval, combat-hungry viewers. TV is yet to improve upon the Battle of the Bastards, and they're hardly wildly different animals. Obviously, Game of Thrones is informed by this period of British history.
Yeah.
So they're similar kind of deals. It's rather straightforward, well-made, and well-performed, but ultimately, as historical dramas go, it's hard to imagine it being regarded as anything beyond a lesser god in the pantheon.
Did you get an impression of like what it was for? Whether it's like, oh, we made this show to be an historically accurate piece, or did we make this show for the two leads? Like, did you get any sense of that?
Historically accurate, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the Game of Thrones value. It's the Game of Thrones appeal.
Okay.
Which is, it's kind of a medieval combat thing. People, they've been trying to do Game of Thrones for years.
Yeah.
Games of Thrones or whatever. It's definitely trying to tap into that with the appeal of, we have these two, solid leads, one of whom was in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So, but we take this production value for granted now, so it needs to be more than what it was. It's okay, and Eddie Marzan's great in it.
Yeah.
He's like a man-child, basically. A man-child tyrant ruler. Nobody's loving this show.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I haven't heard, outside of it being on our list to talk about today, I haven't heard anything about it at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, I imagine it's not getting much traction.
No, but it's kind of the big thing the BBC are trying to push at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
All right.
Okay, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh, sorry, did you want to do it?
Well, you've done it now, haven't you? Go on.
Well, it's a slasher movie.
Yeah, this is a remake, right?
It's a sequel.
Oh, it's a sequel?
Yeah.
Oh, is it like one of the...
It's a soft reboot.
They call it
kind of
legacy sequel, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Where it's a sequel to the first film, but it's also kind of a remake of the first film.
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
It's a slasher movie. It's teenagers or young adults, they cause a guy to drive off a cliff to his death.
Oh, right.
Basically.
Okay, is that what they did last summer?
And yeah, and then the next summer, one of them gets a note, I know what you did last summer, like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And people start being killed by a dude with a hook.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, like you said, legacy sequel, in line with the recent Scream movies, similar kind of thing. I haven't seen the original films, none of them, nor the reboot, which they did in the noughties, nor the TV series, which lasted for one season.
Oh, so this isn't like a...
No, it's been a little franchise.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I don't think seeing any of those is required to get the gist, and I don't think I needed to see the original to know it has more charm and more likeable characters, even if they're hate-likeable. So the original Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., it's that era.
Okay.
Late 90s. And no doubt the original had a better soundtrack. Like Final Destination, the 97 film is not a critical darling. Time and irony have been generous to it.
Okay.
Unlike Final Destination, or Scream, or even Saw, it's hard to know why this franchise has legs.
Right.
It doesn't have a unique gimmick or angle. It's purely a memorable title, and horror tends to do well.
Yeah.
But there's nothing about this like, oh yeah, that's the I know what you did last summer thing, right? It's the guy with the hook. That's the
there have been guys with hooks, right?
Yeah. Very famous, like, urban myth is a guy with a hook, right?
Yeah.
The cast is insufferable, including Jonah Hauer-King, the slappable face of Conrad Clark from the recent Doctor Who, the alt-right guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in it. There's a grotesque contrivance to bring back Sarah Michelle Gellar for a scene.
Okay.
Because her character dies in the original, so they bring her back in like a dream sequence.
Okay.
They also bring back everyone else that's alive.
You gotta, like, use her while you can, because she's gonna be tied up with Buffy now for...
Which is more nostalgia.
Yeah.
90s nostalgia. There's another character that hosts a true crime podcast.
God, there's always gonna be fucking one, isn't there?
Investigating the events of the original as well.
Yeah.
They're all young, rich kids that basically live in mansions. Some noise is made about wealthy dads and crypto, but whatever. Like, you don't buy it.
Yeah.
There are
You don't buy crypto.
Well, I certainly don't. But you don't buy into why they're rich, you know? Like, they're just rich. Like, deal with it.
Okay.
There are pockets of well-off millennials, some by heredity. We've brushed up against one or two. But they're not like this. They're either vaguely autistic coders or European.
Right.
Right? The film is made with zero panache or invention. All of the kills are hook-based and not creatively so.
Oh.
So it's boring to look at and to listen to. They ejaculate a hideous idiom, as you'd expect. The It's Giving Istics school of neology. In the final showdown, Jennifer Love Hewitt, a legacy cast member, says nostalgia is overrated. That is not a declaration available to this film.
Okay.
It's not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
And enough with the meta gossamer draped over all of these things. By the way, I hate that meta isn't short for anything. I don't know if you ever have that.
Oh, is it
it's
not?
just... Well, no, not really.
Okay.
Not in this context, no. It's like, oh, it's meta. That's not short for anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to pretend that it's short for metaformal. That's what meta
Okay.
is.
Oh, is this a Sam's?
Not quite.
Oh.
Only because there is a thing called metaformalism, but it has nothing to do with this.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, I think metaformalism...
So you've just taken a different word, and decided this is what it means.
I invented a word and discovered it was a word that already invented.
Right.
So this is my own metaformalism.
Okay.
But doesn't that sound like that's what it is? It's metaformalism.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Both killer reveals, because there are two killers, are dumb. Some of it is outright embarrassing, but it's basically run-of-the-mill shit.
Okay.
It's not particularly bad, especially this year. The grand ultimate statement of the film seems to be, this could all have been avoided if men just went to therapy. Whatever.
Okay, right.
To cap it all off, they include a soulless modern cover of Daniel Johnston's Deviltown, so that we leave on a sour bastard note. Do you know that song? It's great. It's like 1 minute long, and it's great.
Okay.
It's just a cappella.
I might know it if I hear
I
it.
was living in a devil town. Didn't know it was a devil town.
Yeah, that's sounding
Yeah.
kind of familiar.
That's it. Shit, don't watch it.
Oh, right.
To be avoided. And now it's both of us, isn't it?
It's both of us going forward.
The bad guys too. What's it about?
Wow, you're really not going to let me have this, are you?
No.
Even though...
I free myself up from the premises so that I can focus on other things.
Right, okay. Even though before you were like, you should introduce things more often. Now that
When did I say that?
When we did the Thunderbolts review, I introduced that and you were like, you should do that more often.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. You can introduce them all if you want, as long as you premise them as well.
Why must you do this?
I'm fine with it because weirdly enough, I was listening to when we upload to YouTube, I'll just very quickly click all the timestamps just to like double check.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not casting aspersions. Generally, it's 99% been accurate.
Okay.
But there was one that wasn't. Anyway, and I was clicking through and I was like, yeah, if you were doing that, it is always me going, right, what's it about?
Yeah.
What's it? So no, fair enough, let's variegate it. Mix it up. But you are telling us what they're about.
So we're going to talk about The Bad Guys 2
Yes.
next, which is the second Bad Guys film.
Is it?
It's the sequel to The Bad Guys.
Yes.
Made by the same people that made The Bad Guys and also stars the same people that were in the original Bad Guys.
It's a sequel. It's an out-and-out sequel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know all of the cast members. I thought that the piranha fish was played by Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Because that just seemed like... Because in the film, like, the piranha fish, apart from the tarantula, is, like, the smallest character.
Yes.
And
Kevin Hart.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. He's got, like, small man energy as well. So I thought, oh, well, that's a perfect Kevin Hart role. If I were, like, a stupid Hollywood producer that didn't think for myself, I'd be like, oh, Kevin Hart. But no, it's Anthony Ramos, I think.
Okay.
I don't know whether that's like a good or a bad thing, that like I was fooled into thinking that it was a different actor.
Well,
than
not.
what it was.
Anthony Ramos isn't black, so it's not that exactly.
No.
So I mean, I didn't know.
That's the thing. I don't know if I'm complimenting Anthony Ramos or whether I'm not having a go, but like,
okay,
I thought this was Kevin Hart.
Implicitly demonstrating fatigue.
Sure.
Because you just assumed it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know Sam Rockwell's the lead. I don't know anyone. And obviously Richard Ayoade's in them.
Yeah, he's the hamster villain from the first one who makes a brief... he's an alien, it turns out. A spoiler for the end of this film.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I couldn't tell you offhand.
No, Sam Rockwell is the wolf lead.
Yeah.
And I think Awkwafina is the spider.
Okay.
And I thought Kevin Hart was the piranha, but he's not.
Okay.
There's 5 of them. They're a team of bad guys.
Heisters.
They do heists, or they did heists. Because after saving the world in the last film, they've decided to go good. Mm-hmm. And the world has rewarded them by still treating them like they're bad guys and being suspicious of them.
Yes.
There's a nice little, after this very gorgeously animated opening heist sequence, as they're tearing through the city, leaving the cops behind. And the wolf is like... because they've got this brand new car they've stolen. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm never going to drive another car again. And he gets cut off, and it cuts to him driving a piece of shit car to a job interview at a bank that he's robbed multiple times.
Yes. The Bad Guys 2 Redemption Boogaloo.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, they're trying to go good, but it's not working out for them. But then they get framed for a bunch of crimes. Mm-hmm. And people are like, of course they were never going to redeem themselves. But they're like, no, honestly, we tried. Mm-hmm. And then, it turns out there's this other heist team that need their help.
Yes.
And so they get pulled back into the world of crime.
Yeah. I quite like the style and the animation.
Yeah.
Especially the beginning, like you said. That's the highlight.
That's the thing, because this is in line with the first Bad Guys film, which was the first film to use this kind of like Spider-Verse before Puss in Boots came out. I think this came out the same year as Puss in Boots, but like earlier.
Earlier in the year, yeah.
And this is the one that kind of debuted that for DreamWorks.
Right.
And it's like still, I mean, this film is better animated, but... I remember it being good in the first film. It's just I think after Puss in Boots came out, that kind of became the the reference point for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird little franchise, because I'm assuming that's what they're going for, right? Because they have left it open ended. There could be more after.
Well, yeah,
this.
of course, yeah.
Because it's like gorgeously animated. It's got a very good style. Mm-hmm. You know what the film is just by looking at it, but outside of its aesthetics, what is it? Yeah,
it's rather bland. I mean, like, it's got a bit of Sly Raccoon in it. Obviously, animals that are thieves, master thieves.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Sly Raccoon games.
Yeah.
And obviously, Zootopia is doing, like, they said, oh, we're going to do, the world is animals. And they went 110 with that.
Yeah, because Zootopia, literally all of the characters are animals, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in this film, it's only the main characters. All of the, like, surrounding characters are all human.
You know what, like, okay. Like, that's just not... If I had to take a quiz, I would have guessed they were all animals.
Okay.
So that just shows, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, because it's like no one important. All of the other characters are just human.
Yes.
Which I guess, like, why bother
it's
going through all that designing if it's for characters that are not really going to have screen time?
I think it's not too much of one thing or the other, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of... it has things about it that work, but those individual components are done better in other things.
Yeah.
So the world is animals, right? Zootopia. Heist, I mean, I know it's a video game, but Sly Raccoon, and they're animals, Yeah. The animation, Spider-Verse or Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
So what is it? It's kind of like a mid franchise, you know?
Which is like, there's a place for films like that, where they're just going, oh, we'll take the good bits of this over here and the good bits of this over there, and we'll do both of them. But you ideally want to build that around a strong core.
Yeah.
And like, in theory, it's a strong core. It's about this group of people, group of animals that are often associated with villainous traits.
Yeah.
Like wolves, spiders, sharks, piranhas. What's the other one? Snake.
Yeah.
All animals that people are naturally like towards.
Yeah.
And you could say like, oh, that maybe says something about like judging a book by its cover, but it's in practice they're just like heist films, really.
Kinda, but also none of the characters are strong enough to kind of. There's no character that's like, oh yeah, that's like a donkey from Shrek, or that's all early Pixar films, you know. Because obviously, early Pixar is what we compare all of these things to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come close.
Well, early DreamWorks as well. I mean, you just
and
brought
early
up Donkey
DreamWorks,
as an example.
It doesn't have the heart or the wit, or it's something's been diluted in the culture.
It's interesting because that opening sequence, it shows one of their earlier heists from back when they were bad guys.
Yeah,
and they make a point of showing in that sequence that it's the Spider's first heist. It's Awkwafina's. She's the new girl on the team, and naturally that made me think.
Very quick. Yeah, made me thought. It's Awkwafina, right?
Is it Awkwafina?
Like awkward, Awkwafina.
Oh, is that what it is?
I guess Americans say Aquafina, but it's because doesn't she play a fish in BoJack called Aquafina?
Oh, is that where it's coming from? Okay,
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, my apologies.
No, yeah.
Awkwafina.
To Awkwafina.
Yeah, but they make a point of saying like this is her first heist, and because she was kind of a secondary, tertiary character in the first film, I thought this is their way of foregrounding her. She's going to be a big part of the story this time.
Yes,
and she's not really.
No, they just wanted to show them in full heist mode.
Yeah,
right.
Which I guess, I suppose, then you could argue that the reason they made her the newbie was so that they could exposit at her.
Yeah.
But what they're doing doesn't require much exposition.
No.
So much exposition that wouldn't come up naturally.
Basically, it's not the equivalent of Buddy in the first scene in The Incredibles, where it's like, oh, that's going to become important.
Yeah.
That relation. Yeah, no, it's not that.
No,
not at all. I mean, I found the MacGuffinite joke annoying.
Okay.
So it wasn't obviously working with me. Natasha Lyonne is in it. She's got to wind her neck in because she's going to be overexposed soon as well.
Well, yeah, like this Smurfs, Fantastic Four, all in very quick succession. Poker Face as well, which is obviously her vehicle.
Yeah, and obviously she doesn't control that. So that's just the way it's worked out, but still.
Yeah, it's just interesting that all of a sudden... It must be because of Poker Face, right? Yeah. And maybe that's how she ended up in this. It's it's kind of she has tonally similar.
And she has a distinctive voice.
Yeah.
So she's going to be in a lot of voice-based
I suppose, yeah.
I have no relationship with or memory of the characters, really, from the first film.
Yeah.
So if they were building upon or developing anything, it meant nothing to me.
Okay.
You know? I think I feel about it the way I felt about the first film, which is, I guess...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, I don't have bad feelings about it.
No.
I don't think it's good. Or, particularly good.
Yeah.
It was just there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I'll compliment the animation.
Yeah, I like the animation.
Because it's not just how kinetic it is, but it's how well they animate their characters.
Yes.
Like, the way they animate that snake is genuinely really cool. The things that they get him to do. Like, it looks like he's folding his arms, and they get him to, pilot a spacesuit at one point.
Right, yeah, they're innovative with the relative limitation of a snake's anatomy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's true of all the characters. Like, in the beginning, when they're all in job interviews, you see the tarantula is, sitting in a chair, and she's got her legs crossed.
Right.
But then her other legs are kind of sitting beside her.
Yeah, and that's great. Like, how do we anthropomorphize a spider so it looks like it's sitting down?
Yeah.
That's a proper, you got to get your heads together for that one.
Yeah, exactly. And all of that stuff is really great.
Yeah.
It does feel like that's where a lot of the time and energy went, though, as opposed to, right now that we can achieve that, what are we going to do with them?
Of what is it in the service?
Yeah.
And the script is not... I mean, they go to space, which is kind of like... There's a bit of, what do we do in a sequel?
Yeah.
We go to space.
All of that stuff's really strange, though, because it's clearly like a riff. They're riffing on SpaceX.
Yeah.
It's MoonX, right? It's called.
Yeah.
But the guy that runs it is clearly not an Elon Musk.
No, it's a little... So
why...
It's either... Okay, what they were doing there is either we're not mocking him.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of this massive space corporation. Or it's that's how we see him, because he's a dumpy little...
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like a beta kind of male.
Yeah. Or
it's just avoiding litigiousness at all costs. No, it's not him. It doesn't look like him. A completely different aspect. There's just an X in the name.
But then why so clearly evoke his company.
Yeah, I know.
His thing.
But maybe that's what they were saying. Okay, we want to evoke the company, not the man that runs it.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But I take your point. Why do that at all?
Yeah.
That's kind of all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I do recommend it.
I don't not.
Yeah, I think that we're not the people that are going to get much out of it. I'll keep watching them.
As long as they're good, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't think that this franchise is incapable of being good.
I can't see it ever being great. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Aside from Mountain being great. But it can certainly be better.
Yeah.
And it's never bad.
No. Right. Hostage. Let's talk about that next.
Okay. What's it about?
So, so her name's Saran Jones.
Yep.
She's the British Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. They do a little cheeky little thing in the beginning, don't they? Where you think it's going to be her husband because it's all like.
Oh, do they?
Because at the very beginning they're walking through a forest together and they're talking about the pros and cons of like.
Yes.
Oh, but our daughter won't have privacy, but it's what we've always wanted.
Yes.
And then I think just because of the way they film it, it looks like the husband's about to walk up to the podium, but then it's Saran Jones.
Okay. It certainly, I don't remember, it certainly seems like the kind of thing that a show like that would do.
Yeah.
But I mean, the premise is Saran Jones is the Prime Minister, Julie Delpy is the French President.
Yeah.
So, like, didn't they know that's going to be on all the marketing?
Yeah, I guess it's for people that are just like scrolling through and like, oh, what's this?
No, okay, but no, I believe that's there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is funny because I don't think that's the show, right?
It's not like a wokey type of show. No,
absolutely
not.
not.
Not at all. No.
No, it's basically just like an action thriller, right?
No, it's an action thriller.
It's an action thriller. Okay. Yeah, well, as you said, she's the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. The French President comes over because they're trying to negotiate a deal.
Yeah.
Because Britain's going through a bit of a medical crisis at the moment, medical drug crisis. So she's trying to negotiate something with the French. And while that's happening, her husband is doing like a Doctors Without Border type thing in like a French territory. And he gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
And the kidnappers tell Saran Jones, if you don't step down in the next 24 hours, we're going to kill the hostages.
Yep. And that's the setup.
Let's go.
So it's written by Matt Charman or Sharman. Bridge of Spies is his most significant work.
Okay, so he's familiar with this kind of
thing. Yeah, geopolitics.
Yeah.
Saran Jones is on the Mount Rushmore of British television actresses.
Okay.
Not necessarily that I would consider the greatest, though she is good, but just she's in every British. Do you know what I mean? She's one of those people.
Yeah.
She's been in one film.
Right.
Two short TV. Films. She's British TV.
Okay.
Both she and Julie Delpy are reliably good. I like Julie Delpy a lot. It's yet another show that occupies the same camp as The Diplomat, I would say.
Okay.
Professional, short, zooms along. It's soapy political pulp fiction, not a highfalutin geopolitical treatise on Anglo-Franco relations.
No.
It has action, terrorism, national emergency business on its mind. It's far-fetched in a grounded way, right? It's like traitors on the staff, a bomb in Downing Street, assassinations. It's going for fun, engaging drama, not top tier prestige.
Yeah.
The setup gives way to a shift midway through, doesn't it?
Yes.
I guessed the bad guy, and I imagine many will. Did you?
When you say which bad guy?
The one behind it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's a story we've seen before, a conspiracy involving soldiers taking revenge for an order passed long ago, spearheaded by a high-ranking general that thinks the PM is too soft and no friend of the military. Later seasons of Homeland, basically, with a bit of A Few Good Men's Colonel Jessup thrown in the mix. Despite its derivativeness, it manages to be rather thrilling and occasionally surprising. There were things that happened I did not expect.
Okay.
2 micro notes. We're used to seeing parliamentary sessions play out from a very specific vantage point.
Yeah.
So I always find it jarring when they present it otherwise.
Yeah, the fact that the camera's actually in the room.
Moving about. And
it's more cinematic looking, for the lack of a better word.
Dynamic, yeah. It's not just those locked off aerial kind of shots.
Yeah, he didn't go, order. And I think that's that's burned into the British people's minds now, isn't it?
Well, of a certain age, because it wasn't always like that.
No, it wasn't always like that.
Not the way he said it.
No.
But he's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. And letting Saskia go was inexcusable. It doesn't matter that she's hot. Do you agree?
Yeah, she is hot.
No, letting her go was inexcusable.
Okay. I guess.
Do you agree? Yeah, okay. It's not a film, and it's not an ongoing series. They got this one right, I think.
Okay. 5 episodes.
Yeah. You'll easily breeze through it in an evening if you wish.
Okay.
That's kind of all I have to say about it.
Yeah, because you kind of have the first 2 episodes are dealing with the hostage crisis, and then halfway through that's kind of resolved, and it sort of becomes not something else because it's all still the same plot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if you were doing a film, it would feel strange if you got to like the middle of Act 2 and you were like, oh, it's wrapping up.
It would depend. It could be very interesting. Like, I find it interesting because like, oh, okay, it's not they rescue the husband in the final episode or whatever. Like, no, they're tilting on their heels a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And yeah, like I said, I don't really want to spoil it because it is something I would recommend. Not as like brilliant television, just fun, get through it in an evening kind of television. But yeah, like there were deaths that I didn't expect, or a death, and I was like, oh, okay, didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But that plays into it's kind of ridiculous.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that pulpy sort of thing. But yeah, I'd recommend it.
Okay. I guess I echo what you said with the bad guys, where I don't not recommend it.
Yeah. It's alright.
Yeah.
Fixed.
Oh, you're doing them now, are you?
Yeah, I'll do it now. I can't. It's just natural. Fixed. What's it about?
Okay. This is from... I can never say his name. It's like slightly awkward, I think.
Gendy Tartakovsky, isn't it?
Is that it?
I think so.
Okay. He behind Samurai Jack and Primal, which we've discussed before on the podcast, and multiple other things.
Clone Wars, Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, he's an animation guy.
Yeah.
And he seems to be the only guy who's kind of keeping 2D animation alive above a certain level.
Okay.
In media at the moment, because this is an authentic 2D animated thing.
He's a very well-respected figure in the field.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's using that respect to kind of continue to make things in this medium in a style that, like, because this looks like an old Tom and Jerry. It's that kind of 2D animation.
Yes, it is.
And so to see that kind of in 2025, that was kind of like, oh, I thought we were past this. That's kind of nice.
Maybe we are.
Maybe we are.
Maybe we are past it.
I'm not past seeing that kind of animation. But
No, I know.
why the hell did it have to be tied to this?
Well, here's the thing. All those shows we mentioned, I don't care about. I have no relationship with those shows, right?
Okay.
I don't care about them, but I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah. And that's quite something, right? To be disappointed in someone that you had nothing invested in.
He's obviously letting other people down.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't care about that, but this time, for whatever reason, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's because of how badly he does. I hated this.
Okay. It's just to kind of briefly premise it, it's a talking dog movie.
Yeah.
But it's a rude and crude...
It's a rude talking dog film.
Yeah. There's a dog, he's about to get fixed, he's about to have his testicles removed, so he kind of has one last night of debauchery with his testicles. And so, yeah, there's like lots of butthole, you see lots of dog butthole, you see dogs fucking, you see him, there's one point where he gets high and he talks to his balls. And it's that kind of
all the old familiar beats.
Yeah, they go to a dog show. They get in the dog pound. We're not just dealing with rude film cliches. We're dealing with dog film cliches.
It's rude dog film. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what it is. Its point is to be aggressively vulgar and coarse and crude, at which it succeeds. Its point is also to be funny. At that, it fails.
Yeah. Is there much call for these kind of films nowadays?
They must think there is a call for it, right?
Yeah, because I can see like. There was once a time where, releasing a film where you've got characters saying fuck and you depicting characters fuck. Like, that would have been like...
It's very 2010s, like, frat bro comedy.
Yeah.
You know? It's like hangover-y kind of deal.
But now, like, I'm not seeing anyone below a certain age get offended or, like, shocked by anything that's in this.
Oh, certainly not shocked. No, not in that. No, it's meant to be funny, you know? I just don't do gross humour or profane humour in this way, in that puerile, fratty way.
Yeah.
Like, I roll my eyes at it. And, oh, you're a prude or whatever. No, I'm all for, like, I just want good sex jokes. I want good shit jokes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's in the same inglorious tradition as Sausage Party or Strays, you know, and all those other ones.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Adam Devine, he voices the main dog, is incredibly annoying.
Yeah. Also, the design of that character is really unappealing.
Yeah.
And I maybe that's the point. Maybe that's a joke in and of itself, because his love interest is a show dog.
Yes.
Who's supposed to be like groomed and pruned and like...
Yeah. And he's Seth Rogen and Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're stuck with that character for most of the film.
That's the tagline for Knocked Up. It's a picture of him and Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
And it's, imagine if this guy got you pregnant.
Oh,
That's the tagline. And it's not even like... He's not like he's just a fat guy on the cover, like a fat beardy guy. There's no, like, he's not a mutant.
No.
Imagine if this fucking loser, spunked up you. It's, yeah.
But that's the thing, like, with the Adam Devine... Adam Devine? Levine.
Devine. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Adam Levine, Adam Devine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're stuck with this character for most of the film.
Yes, we are.
So if you don't enjoy his company, and you don't enjoy looking at him...
Yeah.
That's kind of a problem, right?
I've never liked him in anything. I don't like him in Modern Family. I don't like him in The Righteous Gemstones, which otherwise things I rather like. There's something, he's very slappable, isn't he?
Okay.
If you like dogs, it goes some way to disabuse you of that pure miracle relationship of nature. I became conscious of my watching it with a scowl plastered on my face. From the opening moments, I couldn't wait for it to be over really soon. At the time, it was like last week or whatever, but I was making my way through Adventure Time, and I went there straight from Fixed.
Ooh.
What sucker it was.
Right.
Oh my god. Oh, good, nice. And not even nice in like that, it's gentle and just funny and pleasant to be around animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, loathsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like... Yeah, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
That, like, we have to... When talking about animation... in a certain field, like, this film is now going to be part of that canon. When you're talking about, like, that kind of 2D animation or that kind of...
But every family has a Nazi.
Yeah, but why do we still have Nazis in 2025, so?
Oh, let's not go on that road.
No,
people want it, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so disappointed in it.
I didn't know what it was, right? I didn't know it was him. I didn't know the pedigree. That genuinely was, pun not intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, Gandita, I know that name. And then I looked it up. And then, Primal, off the back of Primal, it just seems like a really odd thing to do. He's obviously trying to cut loose. I think the Rotten Tomatoes consensus was like, he cuts too loose. It's like, it's like he's had blue balls for a decade.
Yeah.
Like, you were yearning to just, like, do something. I mean, Primal's not, like, for kids.
No.
Really just... horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. And any, like, potential interesting, like, angle this film could have is just buried under all of that smut.
Yeah.
It's like all of the dog show stuff about how...
Smut with 2 T's.
Yes, absolutely. When they go to the dog show and they're trying to find his love interest. And she's going up on stage and she's being judged by dogs that look literally exactly like her. So when she wins the prize, all of those dogs are, like, they're self-loathing... like, at her. Like, oh, I don't look good enough. What do you have that I don't?
Right.
Like, that, maybe there's something there. I don't know if the film's showing me, but it's just buried under, like, all the dick jokes and all of the, like, horny, like, it's just not...
Yeah.
Why, what's wrong? why can we still not...
Oh, is this you want a good talking dog film?
Yeah, I mean, like, it can't be that hard, right?
Apparently it is.
Yeah.
We've never tried it. So maybe there is something look, you just end up there. Like, I don't know, like, because otherwise why would... I don't know, there's a whole conversation to be had. Maybe one day we'll come on the podcast and pitch to you. We'll do a little segment where we pitch our good talking dog movie.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, this isn't it.
No, absolutely not. And yeah, just all of, like, the voice cast that are in it as well. Like, we've got Idris Elba in there, and just, like, all these people. I was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. That's it, right?
Yeah. Don't recommend it at all.
Long story short, what's it about?
It's another animated thing.
Yep. Also Netflix.
It's from the BoJack Horseman guy. It's the story or multiple stories in the lives of the members of this Jewish family, right? You've got the mother and the father. You've got the eldest son, who's got a wife, ex-wife, and a daughter. A wife and ex-wife are the same. She becomes his ex-wife.
Yes.
They've got a daughter in the middle who's lesbian. She ends up with a wife and 2 kids. And they've got a youngest son whose best friend is Dave fucking Franco.
Yes. Who kind of becomes an Orthodox Jew.
Yes. So the show takes place in multiple time periods over the course of their various lives. So yeah, you'll have a story that, like, one of them is, like, when they're older and they're in their 40s.
2009, 1992.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place. Like This Is Us, and to a lesser extent, Pachinko. It follows the same characters from the same family across many years.
Okay.
Jumping back and forth. Also, like, Transparent. Like, it's a family drama thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, another animation from Raphael Bob-Waksberg.
Okay.
What a name. Of BoJack Horseman fame. This is basically a success, I would say, if not as penetrating or fun as BoJack.
Yeah, but how long did it take BoJack to get to that point? Because this is only 10 episodes.
Yeah, no, granted. But I mean, it can never do what BoJack was doing. They're tackling different themes.
Yeah, they certainly are.
And different worlds. And
I think
this is completely natural, not naturalistic, but it's the real world. There's nothing fantastical about it.
I mean, you're right, but also there are things about it, like that third episode where he's selling a mattress in a tube.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's not unrealistic, but it's slightly heightened.
Of course it's heightened, this animation, but it's not talking animals or, sci-fi or fantasy or anything like that. BoJack got good the second half of season 1, didn't it? That's when BoJack
Whereas I think
good. This
this is kind of the same quality all the way through.
It's basically of the same quality, yes. The first episode ends on a note that suggests another comedy with a tragic undercurrent.
Yeah, I did think that. When you've got that first episode is all about him introducing his girlfriend at the time to his family.
Yeah.
His, anxiety-inducing family. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of it, they seem to have survived it, with a stronger bond.
Yes.
And then it cuts to, at the very end of the episode, you see him alone in his car, clearly divorced.
Yes.
I was like, oh...
Yeah, we go again.
This show's going to break my fucking heart, isn't it?
Yeah. The dialogue is sharp. Yeah, it needn't be animated. It's not one of these things that needs to be animated. It's just the speed of it more than anything.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a practicality thing. Because it takes place, like we said, over multiple time periods. Those characters, you see them as kids, you see them as adults, you see them as older people.
Yeah. And it works as an animation, but it's one of those shows that, you easily could have made this without the animation.
You could have, but I imagine it's a lot cheaper to do it as animation.
It's a Jewish show. Yeah. If Paul Simon's The Obvious Child isn't the inspiration for it, the show certainly makes you think it is.
Okay.
Because when he's on the plane with her, he's describing the song to her about how I woke up one day and 20 years had passed. And it's okay, that's the show. People have called Beau is Afraid Jewish horror. The mother here, voiced by Lisa Edelstein, is Jewish horror.
Okay.
She actually made me panic. I'm like, oh my god, imagine being around her.
Yeah.
Imagine that. She's overblown Jewish mother sort of type.
Yeah.
That's not good enough, and running around.
Yeah, I never see my kids. Why'd you never call?
Yeah, all that kind of thing. The voice cast is solid across the board, absent the unmistakable tones of Dave Franco that can go some way to deflating a thing.
Is there anyone out there that when they hear Dave Franco or see Dave Franco, they're like, that's better.
His appearance and things suggests that he's popular.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People pop up in things and it's like, oh, people obviously like them then. Yeah. That's the vibe I get about Dave Franco, but I can't stand him.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone else that's like, oh, I love Dave Franco. He's so great.
Well, that's the thing. He just seems to be the same in everything that he's in. He has
an overgrown kind of college boy. Like the way he is in Neighbours, I assume.
Yeah. He hasn't had his Paul Walter Hauser moment where you go, oh, no, he's capable of
Well, it's meant to be together, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not.
But it's not.
It's certainly not.
It's not.
Because even Alison Brie, she is not Annie from Community in everything that she's in. In fact, I don't think she's ever been Annie from Community since then.
Nope.
She is she's shown that she's a capable actress.
Yeah.
So why him?
Yeah.
It's just bizarre. There must be.
Also, why is she attracted to him?
Well, how they ended up together? It's.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But
I'm not worried about it. It's just one of those things where there must be something I'm not.
I said with together, it makes me like her less.
Yeah.
That she's with him. You know?
Yeah. But just in this, because his voice is so mistakable, and he's playing the stoner best friend just to he takes all the drugs and he's never there for his friend.
He's playing early Jesse Pinkman or always Badger and Skinny Pete.
Yeah.
He's that kind of character.
I'm just why?
Yeah, what is it with this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the pilot was encouraging. Then, while I could and can recognise its virtues, it's settled into something just too bland for me.
Oh, okay.
It has ups and downs. I'll continue to watch it. It's not there yet for me. It's just a bit too low key.
Well, it's very episodic in nature, isn't it?
Because and there are whole episodes I don't really care, like the wife episode, the lesbian wife episode.
Oh, it's something like the job.
I just don't care. I don't care that much.
Well, it's very episodic in nature because the next episode will focus on a completely different character in a completely different time.
Yes.
So there are threads that run through it, and I think you can, by the end of the season, piece together a cohesive enough family history to know what the overall story is. But there are also entire episodes where you go, okay, well, that's that story.
That's that, yeah. It is. It's like This Is Us. But I thought the finale was pretty good.
Okay.
That made me like, oh, okay, they did stick the landing for the finale.
Yeah.
Now, I'll definitely go back because I think he's a good writer and I like BoJack. And if you can bring some of that to this, then fine. But so far, it's relatively tepid.
Okay.
Yeah.
But would you agree that it's at least a good foundation to build on?
Yes.
For future?
It's a good thing.
I think they have renewed it already, right?
Yeah, it was ordered with 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And I like Jewish things.
Yeah.
So
And it's very Jewish.
it's very Jewish.
Like the mother...
Unabashedly, unashamedly Jewish, which in this day and age,
Yes,
I like.
because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole thread in one of the episodes where the younger son is keeping a secret.
Yeah.
And it turns out that he's converted to a different type of Judaism.
Orthodox.
Yeah, and
but
that's freaking the family out.
They think he's gay. Or doing drugs. They think he's back on drugs.
Yeah, they think he's back on drugs.
But he's actually gone Orthodox.
Yeah, and he's like, no, this is so much worse.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm Orthodox.
Yeah.
The animation is interesting because it's got that kind of... It's got a very, distinct art style that looks kind of... I don't want to say amateurish in nature.
No,
there's
it's
some
like,
thought that's gone into
it's
it.
the happy family thing, right? It's okay, it doesn't have to be as bad as it is.
Yeah.
So why is it bad?
Yeah, because it kind of looks like the thing that could have been, scribbled with crayon.
Yes.
But I think when we talked about number 1 Happy Family USA from earlier this year, that also has an animation, like an art style.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It must be deliberate.
Yeah, that was like, this is worse than what you'd expect in the modern...
So there must be artistic intent to it.
Yes, and in this show there clearly is, I think.
You think?
I think so. It's just in the sense that the animation... Because whereas I didn't like the art style in Happy Family USA, I also didn't like the animation. Yeah. It still felt like... The whole thing felt like they were limited by the medium, whereas this feels like that art style is not a limitation.
Okay.
Because they're animating it very well.
Yeah.
In the first episode, there's a moment where the mother is laying the table and the son is trying to have a conversation with her, and the camera is following them as they orbit the table, and it's all kind of moving in a 3D space. And then there are sequences in later episodes where the characters are... They don't have that kind of Family Guy stiltedness where it's like a rigid character model that they're just kind of bending. So there's intent to it.
So what do you think is the reason for the art style then?
Well, I wonder if part of it's just to make it feel cozy.
My kind of inclination with these things, whenever it's it obviously could have been better, is it's not what's important. It's the writing. It's just the foreground.
That part of that as well.
Brechtian kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's a kind of drawing style where in a scene with a lot of extras, as it were, they will completely be undefined.
Yeah.
It'll be just a circle.
Yeah.
And they obviously can do a lot better than that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just it's bringing the writing to the surface.
I think that's part of it as well. Yeah. But I think it does. Yeah. It gives it a sort of cozier feeling than something that is not as clinical as Grimsburg, for example, or something like that.
Yes. Okay.
But it's it's one of those shows where I hope people wouldn't judge the art style.
No.
By its cover, because it's a well animated show for what it is.
Yeah, it's a cautious thumbs up from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would also give it a thumbs up. I liked it. Like you said, the dialogue's very sharp, and that does carry you through it.
Yeah, definitely.
Characters are well defined. Like you said, you do really panic when the mother is around. Yeah. The father is I liked the father a lot. Yeah. He doesn't get a lot of focus, but he's an anchor. You can tell that having the two of them in the same house would probably they kind of cancel each other out a little bit.
Yeah, she's full on. He's laid back.
Yeah,
except he's a miser.
Yeah,
he's a miser.
yeah, absolutely. And the kids as well. All of the kids, they're I don't think there's any character I hated outside of the Dave Franco character.
I'm just not that interested in the black wife.
Okay,
but no, I don't dislike any characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of all I have
Even
to
his
say.
daughter, the eldest.
When she's grown up. Yeah.
When she's grown up, it's I like that character.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it. You would, but cautiously.
Yes.
Then we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Eddington.
This is a modern western.
A neo-western.
They are still called neo-westerns.
Yes.
Okay, all right. It's a neo-western by Ari Aster of Ari Aster fame. Stars Joaquin Phoenix and the ever-present Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
We should have reviewed this on the last one just to have a full Pedro Pascal.
I mentioned it.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Eddington, which is in New Mexico, right?
It's a fictional
place in New Mexico, yeah. And the film kind of starts at the tail end of COVID. There's some disagreements amongst town members as to what the policy on masks and everything is. And then Joaquin Phoenix ends up getting it in his head that he should probably run for mayor. So he directly challenges Pedro Pascal for the mayoralship. And shit just goes wrong from there, I guess, really.
It's a recent period piece, isn't it? Like you said, COVID and George Floyd. The BLM stuff happens.
Yeah, that's very in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix is very good, which is hardly a surprise.
No, of course not.
Everyone's good. Pedro Pascal is, as I have to say every week, overexposed.
Yeah.
But the reason he's been able to be involved in so many projects is because he doesn't feature greatly in any of them. Did I say that last episode?
You did.
Okay.
How can you not say those things, though, when it's true of everything?
Yeah,
all of the many things that he's in.
That's true. Plus, he's making hay, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't blame him. It's an intriguing setup. It has its context and time, but you have no idea where it's going.
No.
Right? It's also a film that doesn't spoon feed you. Its themes are clear. Its points, less so. So it invites your analysis and interpretation. It's effortlessly well shot. While Asta's first 3 efforts were incredibly well directed, you noticed. Not in a bad way, but this is more lived in. More natural, I would say.
Yeah.
It's genuinely shocking when Phoenix's Joe kills the homeless guy.
Yes.
And just as shocking when he immediately goes on to snipe the mayor.
Yeah.
He kills Pascal.
We're doing a spoiler review.
Yeah. You have to for this, I think. Because what it's about is sort of...
Yeah, that is what you talk about in this film, yeah.
Joe commits the most heinous acts in the film by a no country mile. He lies about his wife's rapist, probably. He murders people, and he frames his good-hearted trainee. So it says something that I rooted for him up to a point over the sanctimonious Ted. It doesn't help that Ted seems to capture something about Pedro Pascal himself. I don't know if you found that.
In what way?
Pandering.
Okay.
But Joe's walking away after being publicly struck twice by Ted was untakeable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's bizarre, isn't it? It's kind of a little bit like Skylar from Breaking Bad, where it's like, okay, yeah, I know that that Joaquin Phoenix is like killing people,
yeah,
and he's going about this totally the wrong way, and he's in it for all the wrong reasons. But you can't slap a guy in the face like that in public.
Yeah, early Skylar, I want to point out.
Yeah,
everyone. For most people, it's always Skylar. But
Yeah.
I will fight those people to the death.
Okay.
But early Skylar, I understand it. Yeah, not in the same way, because I think he's cynical as well, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he's good. He just wants the best. Like, he's kind of a piece of shit in his own way.
Yeah.
But he's just not as bad as Phoenix.
No.
So yeah, he slaps him twice in public, and then Phoenix just has to walk away humiliated. So yeah, Pascal's slaying was cathartic.
Yes.
When Joe framed Michael, he crossed the line for me.
Yeah, I mean, it ties into sort of the themes of the film more than anything else. But that was the moment for me where I was like, why though?
Right.
Because he seemed proud of the fact that they had a black deputy. Like, he promotes him earlier in the film, doesn't he? And the guy, and he says, like, you're not just doing it for the optics, right? And Phoenix kind of skirts around his answer.
But he is.
But he is. He clearly is.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to that, because I think one of the big points of the film is that people have no values at all. Right?
Okay.
I think that's a big theme. We lived through the film's period not so long ago. It's not one I enjoyed.
No.
I could deal with COVID, frankly, but the BLM Floyd stuff was a bother.
Okay.
I'm not saying that time and those conflicts and all the questions they raise are uninteresting, but there was always a hint of agitation in me in this film. Its recency, for one thing, like, has enough time elapsed for an intelligent historical perspective. Mm-hmm. I found a lot of it frustrating, but it was frustrating at the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The film wants to frustrate you. I appreciated it's unsignalled, all of it's unsignalled, which is great. Jabs at the protesters, masks under the noses, little things that they don't point it out, but it's there. Brian, this kind of teenager, joining the cause just to get laid. I laughed out loud when he explained the notion of dismantling whiteness to his parents.
Oh, yeah.
After a silence, his father just goes, "Are you fucking retarded?" Well, that was great. Using the backdrop of social upheaval to get away with crime is a good idea. But of course, all of that is a metaphor for the flashpoint of COVID, the breakdown in communication, social media siloing us into different realities, conspiracy theories, paranoia, incoherence, and crazed outbursts. All the while, the powers that be are attempting to build a data center on the outskirts of the town, which is, I think, symbolic of the AI arms race bubbling away in the background as we all quite catastrophically fell out with each other and continue to fall out with each other over nonsense. The film ultimately becomes First Blood meets No Country for Old Men, meets traditional Western. Phoenix toting an immense cannon like Rambo on the deserted streets of the town. It's a long film. It's like 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't find it indulgent. Not like Beau Was Afraid, anyway. It just wants to do a lot with its story and its characters. But it's linear and it's clear. It's not diffuse. It might have worked well as a miniseries. I think Astor's planning a sequel.
Oh,
so
right.
that scans.
Okay.
It's far from perfect, right? But I think it deserves a better reception than the relatively mixed one it's been getting. But
was it ever going to get anything other than a mixed reception, given that it's so politically away?
It's in its nature to be polarizing, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's in Ari Aster's nature too. There's an impishness to him.
Okay.
There's a chance its reputation will grow, I think, in the next few years. I'll remember it. Moments, its tone, images. Speaking of which, I could have died happily ignorant of Joaquin Phoenix's penis.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get a full frontal in this.
You do.
What do you think it was about?
Well, a few things, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've already kind of...
Things we've had a conversation about it.
Yeah, you've already kind of said about... Because the film opens with that homeless man walking towards Eddington.
Yeah.
Speaking absolute gibberish.
Incoherence are coming.
Yeah.
As he walks past the data centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final shot of the film is that data centre.
Just alone in the...
Yeah,
wilderness.
alone in the night.
Yeah.
So it's clearly something the film wants you to keep in mind.
It was always about the data centre.
You think it was always about the data centre?
I think that's what the film is telling you by bookending it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I think kind of one of the points of it is honest people lose, grifters win.
Okay.
So talking about like not actually having any values, like that Brian who joins the BLM Dismantle Whiteness Brigade. At the end of the film, he saves Phoenix from being killed, and that's captured on film. And so he becomes like a conservative influencer after that.
Isn't he initially mistaken for gunning him down, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was never about ideology, right? It was about getting ahead.
Yeah.
He's an obvious allusion to Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, that kid that shot some looters in America, and then he was on trial, and like everyone was talking about. Do you remember that from like 2 or 3 years ago?
Vaguely.
Okay. The extremists are flown in, right? So the film ends with Phoenix having a gunfight with Antifa on the streets of Eddington. But you see them earlier on, after like he's gone public with certain things. You see them kind of with all the gear being flown in on a private jet. That's not Antifa.
Okay.
That's my take. It's not Antifa. And they're not right-wing plants to sow discord and to frame Antifa for it. It's about the centre, right? About the forces that want it, that transcend politics and who consciously manufacture and maintain division. Like I said, the centre is the final image of the film. The gunmen were brought in to neutralise the opposition to the centre. That's my thinking. It's not about right or left wing. It's about something beyond that. It's about the future and money, you know, and the unseen people that run things. And then just before we have the final image, it shows Michael, the black deputy, who survived this attempt in his life. He's practicing target shooting. So what do you think that is?
Yeah, you think he's training for his revenge, whatever form it takes.
That's definitely one angle you can take from it.
Or is it, like, because earlier in the film, Phoenix kind of alludes to the fact that he's the best shot on the team.
Yeah.
Because Michael says, I hit something from this distance, and he's like, but you're not as good as me.
Right.
So is he just, like, he's just doing that because he wants to prove he's the best?
You can take it as that. You can take it as that he's planning his revenge. You can take it as he's being drawn into he was good. He was one of the good ones, and he's being drawn into the cycle now like everyone else.
Okay.
Or, and this is where I'm leaning, good people are preparing to defend themselves for the end times now.
Okay.
Bad things are coming, and you better batten down the hatches and fortify yourself.
Right.
That's what I'm taking it as. Yeah, I find it really interesting. And that's because it is a film that invites you to talk about what it's about over its technical things. But the technical elements are good as well. But then we have the whole thing with the Native American character that's kind of like trying to solve it, and it's like a fuck off.
Yeah.
And boundaries, like, we can't agree on reality. So you pointed this out, but, you know, the whole thing of, it's our jurisdiction, but it's right on the borderline. It's like, no, it's my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
They can't agree. And then there's a scene early on where Pedro Pascal's having a meeting in a pub, but everything's closed because of COVID, which obviously Phoenix has to enforce that mandate. He says to him, you're having a meeting in the pub. You're in the pub. You can't do that. He's like, no, this is a town hall meeting. He's like, no, but you've opened the bar for it. You can't do that. He's like, no, it's a town hall meeting. He's like, you can't just call it a town hall meeting because you're meeting with...
Yeah.
So it's like, we can't have basic shared definitions of things.
Yeah.
And I think the vagrant, the homeless guy, who I think is Clifton Collins Jr., which had no idea until I
Okay.
saw the cast list. He represents just utter
Incoherence. Okay.
Nothing makes sense. So yeah, him walking into the town at the beginning of the film, like, I think when you unlock what you think it's about, everything starts to kind of fall into place.
Okay. How does Phoenix killing him fit into that then?
Yeah, I don't know if everything that happens is like feeds that interpretation.
Could it be argued that maybe it's like, well, Phoenix he's picked a side, so he's like silencing the noise, basically.
Yeah, you could, again, like, it's there for you to decide, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't have a strong take on what that means, so to speak, you know?
It's more of a character beat than a thematic beat.
To me, yeah, because it was so shocking, right? It's like, shit, he's really gone over the edge.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it to people. It's not going to be for a lot of people, but I would recommend that you give it a try.
Yeah, I think you need to know going in that it's a political film. It's going to discuss politics of a specific period of time.
Yeah.
That basically everyone that's alive is still relatively familiar with.
But it doesn't quite take a side. It doesn't take a side left or right.
Yeah, like it's trying to examine those things
And it's saying that the real threat is actually bigger than that. It's
Yeah.
not left or right, you know? It's money. It's data. It's AI. And it's the future, you know?
And that's the thing, I didn't know that going in. And usually that's a good thing, right? If you go into a film not knowing what the hell it is, and then coming out of it being like, oh, it was that?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think I went into it wanting or expecting just like a weird little Western.
Yeah, that's what I wanted when it was first announced, certainly. And then I found out it was set during COVID.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. I'm not a big fan of recent history projects.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's not a masterpiece. It's not brilliant. But I think it's a lot better than people have been giving it credit for.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting.
Well, that's the thing. Because, when I sort of clocked that it was going to be about like all this politics and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, I need to recalibrate myself now.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a film that, I totally agree with you, the technical aspects are great, it's well directed, it's well shot, it's well acted, it's well everything. It's a very well put together film. But I think it will have a longer life as a point of conversation than as a thing you watch. Like the conversations around it are going to be, that's going to be where people are the most engaged in it, rather than when they're actually watching it. Like this conversation with you now, I'm more engaged in this conversation than I was during the entire film.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I was having to write about what I felt about it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it makes you think about, that's fine, you know.
Yeah,
but that's something I think its reputation is going to grow. It has that feeling of like a cult movie to me, and also the film that the more distance we get from it, it might become a touchstone, a document of like, yeah, that's capturing that era really well.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I would recommend it. But again, knowing that a lot of people are not going to like it.
That's the thing, because it's a long film as well.
It's long, but also
even though you said that like it's not indulgent necessarily, certainly not as indulgent as Beau Was Afraid. It's a long film, and that's going to put people off.
It's a long film, but like broaden your horizons. You know.
Yeah.
So what? It's long. Some things can be long,
and it's political.
Yeah, but like, are you saying to people then don't bother? Like,
no, I'm saying that like these are things you need to know.
Sure. Yeah.
Because if this is a surprise to you, I think people are going to have a reaction to the film that the film doesn't deserve. Okay, fine. That's fair. Knowing that it's long and that it's weighty in that way. Yeah. I mean, it's funny as well. Don't get me wrong. But well, yeah. It's Ari Aster. Yeah. But it's the kind of film I'd recommend to anyone, really. Like, obviously above a certain age, just to give it a try. Okay. Because you should sometimes try things you don't know you're going to like. So give it a go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, The Life of Chuck. We really have given up this whole I'm introducing... Yeah, it's over. Right, okay. It was a Mike Flanagan film. Yep. But it's not a Mike Flanagan film. It is. This is not a horror film. It's not a horror film. This is about the life of Chuck. Okay. Is that all getting? Well, the main gimmick, if you want to call it gimmick feels a bit like... I wouldn't call it that. But yeah, the main... Structure, okay, of the film. We get the acts in reverse order. Yeah. So the third act, it's about people experiencing the end of the world. Mm-hmm. Then you get the second act, which is about this guy called Chuck, who just like has a dance in the middle of the street. Mm-hmm. And then you have the first act, which is Chuck's childhood when he's in school. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Spoilers? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I have any spoilers in my review, but I can imagine us going there. Yeah. It's interesting just because the third act is at the end. The point in the film, the point where the film usually gives you answers, comes quite early.
In a way, but also the film also does end with a okay.
Yeah.
As well. So this is not just Mike Flanagan's first non-horror Stephen King adaptation, but his first non-horror project in general, I think. House of Usher was still horror in ways. Yeah, it was horror,
yeah.
It's a heavy lean into the character-centric, emotional humanism that runs through his work. So it's that feeling you get from those other things without the horror, basically.
Okay.
And indeed, I got emotional early on when David Dasmalchian was talking about his wife. If the score isn't a constant supplement, it feels like it is. And that's fine, because I like the music.
Okay.
There's another collaboration with the Newton brothers, and they do a good job. They suffuse the film with a sweet melancholy. The first/final act reminded me of Melancholia, but optimistic.
Okay.
You know? Melancholia is a bleak film. This isn't. I wasn't entirely on board with the narration at first, the Offman of the thing notwithstanding.
Yeah.
But it grew on me, mostly because much of it is unmistakably the prose of Stephen King. We have most of the Flanagan regulars in the cast. Tom Hiddleston and Chiwetel Ejiofor are the main newbies. I was impressed in particular with the latter. Ejiofor.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Hiddles, generally.
No.
We've spoken about that. This is probably the best he's been, I would say.
Because he's in it the least.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
But not just endurable, but actually pretty good, I would say. Carl Lumbly was a soothing presence. I like him. Mark Hamill basks in his almost sea captain grizzled seniority.
I liked him.
Even Little Nell shows up from Hill House, as does Flanagan himself. He has a cameo.
Oh, yeah. He's a mourner, right?
He's a mourner, yeah. It's very nicely shot and directed. It exudes a warmth. When it's brightened up just a little, as he's now done, I'm a big fan of the Flanagan look. I like how he makes things.
Okay.
The idea of watching the stars extinguishing in the night sky to mark the end of the universe is a cool and terrifying idea and a proper cinematic spectacle.
Yeah. Well, that is proper, there is no coming back from that.
No,
the universe is dying. You can see it.
It's like cancelling out.
Yeah,
basically,
and you can see it getting closer to you as well, which is what's scary about it. It's not just... It is a thing that's happening all the way over there, but you can see it getting closer.
Yeah.
And that is proper. That's the thing, like we said, it's not a horror thing.
No.
It still has those little moments, doesn't it?
Of kind of dread.
Yeah. You've got
sad. It's sad horror, if you like. But
it's what Flanagan does best, isn't it?
Yes.
But just the kind of the sheer dread of I can see the universe dying in front of me.
Yeah.
And then you've got when young Chuck tries to go up into the attic, and Mark Hamill pulls him away to stop him, but then he looks into the room and we don't see what he sees.
Yeah. He's frozen in terror.
Yeah. And just those little Flanagan horror moments where you're like, there he is.
And again, Stephen King. Stephen King has written non-horror, but there are still flashes of it. The Green Mile still has flashes, and obviously there's a supernatural dimension to the Green Mile. But yes, now Flanagan does have an established proclivity for overwriting sometimes. Now, sometimes it really works, sometimes it works, and sometimes it falls short. I think it's rare that it's bad, right? Now, for instance, I really liked Ejiofor recapitulating Carl Sagan on Cosmic Time. He's doing the calendar thing, and week here on the calendar.
Yeah.
The only time it tested my patience and might was Matthew Lillard expositing upon the apocalypse. Some of that was in retrospect, for reasons that I'll go into. But Flanagan loves dialogue, he loves his characters, he clearly loves making things, so you can't fault him for that, you know? Hiddleston gets to show off his dance moves in an appropriate context, finally.
Yeah, but it's Hiddleston dancing, isn't it?
I know that, but at least he's meant to do it. It's not just him showing up on a chat show going, let me do a Michael Jackson dance.
Yeah.
That's central to the film.
It's central to the film, but is it central to the film because Hiddleston wanted to dance?
Of course it isn't. The whole fucking dancing...
No, I know what you're saying, but do they cast Hiddleston because Hiddleston wants to dance?
I don't know. But at least, that's fine. The character's supposed to dance a lot, you know? He dances there. I thought that dance went on a bit long until it became clear that dancing was a dominant motif of the film, you know? It was well choreographed as well, and well drummed, and the redhead girl was very cute.
She was.
The structure and absence of any rigid plot, so to speak, lends the film an intriguing quality. It becomes clear very early on what's happening, right? It's not a ball they try to hide, and that ball is what we might call Pyrrhandalian, kinda, which can be off-putting to people. I was okay with it. The big problem a lot of viewers will have with The Life of Chuck is that it doesn't have what a conventional audience might regard as a point.
I've seen this happen. I watched the film with my mother because she hates Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, well, me too.
Absolutely despises the man. Like, to the point where she refuses to engage with anything that he's in.
Yeah,
so this was a big hurdle she had to climb because she
Yeah.
loves Flanagan.
Yeah.
She will watch anything like Flanagan.
But
She will
won't watch
not watch
anything
anything.
Okay.
So she had to put up with it.
Okay.
And I guess in a way, this was the best thing for her because Tom Hiddleston...
He's barely in it.
Yeah, like his presence hangs over the film, but he's not really in it that much. But yeah, she despised this film.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Well, I think it's two things.
Yeah.
I think one is Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Because when he does show up, if you really don't like him,
but I
he's
can't
not
agree
winning
with
you
that
over,
because I really don't like him.
Yeah.
And I thought he was fine.
Yeah, but I've seen an instance where I've seen someone not.
No, she obviously thought that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you said. Oh, I think that for two reasons, and I would disagree with that point because I'm someone that can hate the guy.
Okay.
I think he was all right in this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that objectively it's because of Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, right, okay,
I'm just saying
okay.
that, like,
Yeah.
she couldn't get over the
For
hatred
her,
of Tom
it wasn't
Hiddleston.
enough. Yeah.
Maybe there's something to the film. Like, the film wasn't able to
Okay.
get you past that point with him. But yeah, she couldn't get past it. And the other thing was what you just said, is like, she was going, what was the point of that?
Okay.
And I think,
like I said, a conventional audience might leave with that, like, what was the purpose of that?
especially since, if you're familiar with Mike Flanagan's body of work, yes, it's very emotionally driven. Like, the emotion of the characters is what drives the story. I mean, the whole resolution of Hill House changed because that's the story he wanted to tell with those characters.
Yeah.
But it doesn't... that did feel lacking here for me.
What now?
The emotional, like, journey of the characters translating to, like, the plot of the film, if that makes sense.
It's not as strong as other things he's done.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is in the league with, like, Hill House, certainly not Midnight Mass, you know. It's not in league. It's one of his lesser things, right?
Yeah.
From a very good filmmaker and maker. There's something about me that feels compelled to defend it.
Okay.
Certainly because its heart's in the right place.
Yeah, I guess it's something where I wouldn't... Like, having now seen it, I'm not tempted to go, yeah, stick to horror, Mike Flanagan.
Right.
Like, if he wanted to try another non-horror thing,
okay,
I wouldn't stop him from doing that. This film hasn't closed that door to me.
No, and I think it's a good film. It's just, it's not as good as other things he's made. And I can fully accept people not liking it. Hating it, though, that's where I'm like, right, you got to sit me down and explain that to me.
Okay.
Because there's such a gulf there. I can't get to where you are.
Okay.
So I would need your mum to basically explain to me why she hated it.
Okay.
Because I can get going, I don't really see what that was about.
Yeah.
But like having like that much ill will towards it, because to me the film really just conjures goodwill. Anyway, there's a reveal, like we said at the end, not a grand one, and not one that recontextualizes the film. It's just a hopeful humanitarian resolution. And the revelation therein is not a profound one. Not if you're 30, right? But it is a nice, gentle reminder. I think kids would benefit a lot more from seeing it, which is a shame given its age rating. It's like 15, I think.
Yeah.
Not just for its philosophy, so to speak. I think it's a good gateway to quality films. I think it's the kind of film, like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, that you could fall in love with as a teenager.
Okay.
It has that spirit about it, do you know what I mean? The presentation leads one to believe this will be all some big mind fuck. It isn't.
Yeah.
And I can understand feeling let down by that. I wasn't, and not because I think it's a masterpiece. Then when I got past my initial rootlessness, I just permitted it. I accepted it on its own terms, right?
Right.
It ends exactly where it should, but yes, without a big swell, and unfortunately for me, without much catharsis. I wanted to cry, and I didn't. It's the kind of film where you can count on that happening, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
For me. From the opening moment, like I said, I got emotional instantly. Das Malchin is talking about how his wife has gone off with another guy after like 15 years of marriage, a guy that she dated for like a month back when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess she was just always thinking about him then. And that broke my heart, and I was like, okay, like you did with... long story short, I was like, strap in,
Yeah.
you're going to get your heart broken. And it didn't happen, right? And I wanted it to be broken. Given the more than reasonable inference that the final act, first act, is all taking place in Chuck's head, it does feel a bit like Flanagan was just allowing himself to do his version of the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do my apocalypse movie. And that's what I meant with the Matthew Lillard thing of like, because he goes into the specificities of it. I was like, but it's not real though, right?
It's real to them.
It's real to them, but they're not real. And so like, why are we going into all the specifics of this separate thing that's not the... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a construct in Chuck's head, the final act. So I don't want a monologue going to, 2 months ago, the birds started being weird. And then a month ago, it's like, well, no, it's a vibe. It's not meant to be the specificities.
Could it be argued that because of the nature of Chuck's condition, you're supposed to kind of go in retrospect, oh, that's like what Matthew Lillard is describing. That's kind of mirroring the degrading of Chuck's...
Yeah, the end of the world, it's him dying. That's what the end of the world is.
But it's not
when all the lights go out, it's him dying.
But that's the thing. It's not like the world just didn't just end. It's dying slowly.
Yeah, sure. And that's when I say they don't hide the ball. It's like early on, characters start popping up that were in the first act. You're like, okay, a guy's putting all his memories into this.
Like as soon as Karen Gillan goes to the hospital and all of the heart monitors have the same register, and then it cuts to him in the bed. Yeah, there's no denying what's happening.
They're not trying to disguise that.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just felt with Lillard. Because I was really... The first act is the strongest.
Yeah. And I wonder how much that, though, is, like... Because I haven't rewatched it.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much my opinion of the third act would change knowing what I know from the start.
Okay.
Because a lot of it is you trying to piece together what the hell is going on.
Yeah, and the first act, I was really vibing with it.
Yeah.
I loved its melancholy tone and, like, that great sadness that he brings to things. And the humanism...
Because it's following the people.
It's just, I'm thinking about it now, and it makes me feel really nice but sad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like about these two people that just want to be together when the world ends.
Yeah. And that third act is following the people that... Because it starts in a classroom, and that classroom is barely full of kids. And they're going, why are we even still coming here? Loads of people... Yeah. People have stopped turning up to work.
It's a good take on the end of the world. Like, that's his way of doing it, is there's just this creeping sadness to...
Yeah.
But people are, there's love there. Like, people are taking the opportunity to, it's sweet.
A lot of people have given up, but there are some people that are they're still going, Yeah.
So I think not just in retrospect that I didn't like the monologue, because it's meant to be a theoretical universe. It's also because I was really vibing with it, and I didn't want this long explanation of what was happening. I just wanted, like, the feeling of the end of the world without the specifics of it. I say that knowing that I've, for years, had to write something that's doing exactly that.
Yeah,
so I obviously have a certain taste.
Yeah.
So there's a slight whiff of indulgence to that, but I don't really care that much. I don't love it. It's unlikely I will go back soon, but I probably will go back.
Okay.
It's just a nice thing. The kind of tone and message that here wanted to strike, without all that forced syrupiness, it engenders a goodwill in you. Even if you leave unconvinced, I would say you don't leave with hate, but obviously we have an example of someone that did.
Yeah, I think we got an example of everyone, because you've come away from it fairly positively, it sounds like, recognising its flaws, but still overall positive. Yeah. We've got, my mother, who's like...
Hatred.
That was a waste of my time. Fucking time.
Yeah.
And then you've got me, who is someone that I guess I would characterise myself as unconvinced.
Okay. Yeah, fine. And I wouldn't argue with you, because I do think it lacks... a kind of a punchy... It's kind of a meandering film in a way. It's vibe. It's this nice thing about... Look, the point of the film is you have one life, so live it. That's what the point of the film is, right? Which is why I say, like, it's not a revelation if you're 30. It's a nice reminder. It's a sweet reminder. And that's why I think it works if you're, like, 18, It's like, when you start feeling things, about the world and your life. But... yeah, and it is a nice ending. Basically, we'll spoil it. That room that Mark Hamill recoiled from something, you see your own death in that room, basically, right? And when he's a kid, I think it's Jacob Tremblay, right? It's like a teenager.
Yeah.
He sees him in his deathbed in his late 30s, 40, and he basically says, I don't care. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that. I'm just gonna live every day like... And he manages to live this great life, and then he does die in his 30s.
Yeah.
So it's a lovely message, you know what I mean? And it, like, okay, maybe you didn't need a 2 hour or however long it is film to do that for you. So I understand disappointment. But, like, can you be that angry with it? That's kind of my feeling about it, Because it's a nice thing. It's just nice. It's not cynical. It's not saccharine. It's just sweet. So I need to have a word with your mum.
Okay.
But that's... So I would recommend it, but with all of the caveats and qualifications that I've gone into.
I don't know. Like, I just wished...
It's not for you, George.
Yeah, I wish...
It's not for
I
you.
wanted more from it. Like,
It's not for me. You need more, and this is not a criticism, you need more plot. You need stuff happening.
I don't think it's that necessarily. Okay. Like, if the idea of the film is that it's supposed to be a film that you watch for its vibe, for its tone, for its, like, what it makes you feel, I'm okay with that. I could do that. But it didn't make me feel anything.
Well, maybe you're dead inside. Maybe that's what it is.
It could well be that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you start with the beginning of the film where, you're kind of... you're asking all of these questions. It's like, right, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Why is the world ending? Who's Chuck? Why does he seem to be in charge of everything? What on earth is happening?
Yes.
Then it gets explained to you.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the film isn't doing that. It's not making you ask questions.
No.
From that point on, it is a film where we just expect you to feel things now.
Sure.
And so maybe I just wasn't prepared for that.
Because it lost the mysterious component.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a film where I would be asking questions. And I like you kind of said earlier in the review, you expect it's going to be like a mindfuck film, or there's going to be something.
You know, absolutely. And I 100%.
You get that fairly early on when you figure out that, the universe is inside his head. And then, the rest of the film is just, it's the vibe. It's feeling things, which I didn't. And
I will say, it's not as stark a drop-off, but this is like Beau Was Afraid 2, where the first act is the strongest by quite a bit, I would say. Like, I didn't dislike what followed, but like I said, I accepted it. It's like, okay, this isn't going to be necessarily what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But okay, fine. It is what it is. That's nice, isn't it? That's sort of my feeling about it.
Okay.
But I would, the first act is by far the strongest, and I want to see that film.
Yeah.
Of people just like realizing they don't know why, but like we need to be together. Just all these different reactions to the
because you could it could be argued that what would the point of that film be if the film opens with the world's ending, and then at the end of the film the world ends. You go, oh well, I didn't need to see that.
Yeah,
but it's all about,
of course,
the execution, isn't it?
Exactly. And the fact of the matter is, the world is ending for everyone all the time. The world is going to end for you, just not for everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and it doesn't discourage me to like that. Melancholia begins with an image of this other planet crashing into Earth and destroying it completely. So it's not there's not leaving any speculation about where the film is going.
Yeah,
but that is a film about depression, about someone being so depressed, like metaphysically they are pulling this other planet to Earth, and that's good as well. But it's just a very different way of approaching the subject matter.
Of course, yeah.
But I think that's enough said about the life of Chuck.
Okay.
Hallow Road. What's it about?
Rosamund Pike.
Yes.
And Matthew Rhys.
Yes.
Who is Welsh in this.
Yes, he is.
He's being all Welsh. Mm-hmm. And she's being all English.
I don't know.
Is she not?
I detected a hint of Welsh in her accent.
Oh, do you think she was trying?
Not full on. I think she was trying to drop a hint of it into it. I think.
Okay.
For reasons. That I don't want to say reasons yet.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah.
Well, they're a couple anyway.
Yeah.
And we meet them in the middle of the night after what has clearly been some sort of...
domestic discord.
Exactly, yeah. Their daughter calls them. She's been in a car accident. So they have to get in their car and go to the car accident.
Yeah.
And the film is that. It's them on their way to their daughter, who has had this accident in the middle of nowhere. And it's them on the phone, trying to keep her calm, trying to, like, resolve the situation. But... There's something going on.
This is one of those films where you can describe the setup perfectly and say nothing about what the film is.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's definitely the plot.
Yeah.
That's not the film, though. Okay. So this is from Bob-Waksberg, he's a British-Iranian director. He did Under the Shadow, which is a good horror film from 10 years ago now.
Okay.
He's made a couple of films since then. I haven't seen them. But one of them is I Came By.
That was bad.
Which was bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, like you said, Pike and Rhys, both of whom are very good. The superficial comparison is Locke. Do you ever see that?
Because it's a film in a car where he's on a phone.
It's a nighttime drive in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the drama unfolds.
Yeah, I haven't seen Locke, but I'm aware of it.
You know that's what it is.
Does he do a Welsh accent in that?
He does, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I never made that connection.
All right.
Unlike Locke, this snugly occupies the horror genre.
It goes there.
It goes there. Hallow Road are words that conjure the dark, right?
Yeah.
And there is a palpable sense of dread from that opening suggestion of an argument that's happened in the house, right? The first half, while characterised by an air of mystery and creeping anxiety, keeps both feet in the real world, on the ground. We know there's trouble and tension in the family bubbling under the surface. And while we don't know where it's going, which is one of the film's greatest strengths, we suspect we're watching a family drama where circumstances bring their secrets to light.
Yeah.
Right? It reminded me of Creature, which is a horror film by atmosphere, not by tropes. It's partly that. The initial crescendos of discomfort emanate from the couple's frenzied responses to the situation. So like Pike berating her daughter for not allowing her a genuine chance to save somebody. Reese trying to manage the carnage, like, just fucking listen to me. Those are the initial, like, ugh, don't like it.
You respect Jesus, but not us.
Yeah, exactly.
He's good at shouting.
He's good. He's governed, that character is governed by what we might call toxic positivity.
Okay.
I would say. We slowly steer into the realm of haunting fairy tale.
Slowly?
Yeah, because you don't just boo, it doesn't just hit you, right? It's this dread that creeps up on you.
Oh, well, there's certainly a moment where it's like, oh, this is happening now.
Oh, yeah, there are moments, don't get me wrong. Yeah. The forest at the film's heart invites that anyway, the fairy tale thing. But there are hints of Little Red Riding Hood and Alice in Wonderland. The couple's daughter is named Alice, which I would submit is not an accident.
Okay.
It's incredibly taut and tense and absorbing. There are swerves into the horrifying. Her face is changing.
Yeah.
Before a total sense of uncanniness possesses the film, with an ultimate destination, and I'm not going to spoil it besides this, of tragedy, right?
Yeah.
Rosamund Pike's character utters something isn't right when we're pretty far down Hallow Road. A sentence that had been playing on my mind all of the film, really, until that point. You're very much with them in the car the whole time.
Yeah.
And everyone does a good job of getting their technical money's worth out of that confined setting.
Yeah.
That context also affords Hallow Road a dimension of audio horror, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
The woman on the phone manages to be both creepy and annoying. And while I'd rather not go into it, because I think it's a nice reveal for the audience, did you pick up on it?
Yeah. Initially, I was uncertain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got it by the end.
I think I did, yeah. And they tell you in the credits, which is kind of interesting what's going on.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, it's a film that not only asks but demands your interpretation. I think it has an idea of what happened, but it's leaving ample room for you. Going off one watch anyway, I don't think you have to agree. And that's if your impression of their intent is accurate in the first place. Whether we're watching something very literal, metaphorical, hallucinatory, or some combination of all three, it's undeniably a film about parenting. Right?
Yeah.
And I expect it's at its most powerful for parents, but the rest of us can imagine. We can get ourselves there. I can't say I left totally satisfied.
Yeah, like the ending was a bit deflating.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like it steers into a point where you're questioning a lot of what's happening.
Yeah.
But it does have an ending where it feels like
I said, it
feels like it's being definitive.
I think so, but I don't think you have to agree with it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think.
But it's nevertheless the ending that we got. And so
No, I'm not
even if you don't agree with it,
what I mean
you have to accept it as a thing that's there.
No. The film ends in a way where it's like they're telling you what was going on.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have to agree with it, with what the film is telling you.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think there's enough room that you go, yeah, but I don't agree with the filmmaker's intent. I don't agree with the story I'm being presented. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't leave totally satisfied, but I think that might change on future viewings, and I will watch it again. Watch it at night.
Yeah.
That was my advice to you. Did you watch it at night?
I did watch it at night, yeah.
Yeah. Did think that added anything to it?
A little bit, yeah. I will say though, when I first got my driver's license, we drove on nighttime drives.
Yes.
All the time. Yeah. Didn't we? I think we worked out, didn't we? Like in the first year.
We
basically drove to Fiji. From the UK to Fiji. Yeah, and we drove on roads like that all the time.
Yeah.
Playing music and like that was, we were really making use of that like newfound freedom. And those kind of like casual nighttime cruises that we had a lot more urgency to them than Matthew Rhys seems to do in the film. I will say that was like a slight...
More urgency.
Yeah, he just seems like he's just driving so casually in it.
Oh, he's driving slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
And it's not just the fact that there doesn't seem to be much urgency in his like physical acting when he's driving. Because I could see that getting irritating if through the whole film he's just like gripping the steering wheel answer the phone! Like, it would get too much. But it's the moments where they cut outside of the car and he just looks like he's like barely... He's not moving quickly. He's certainly not
Right.
moving as quickly as you would expect a parent to be moving,
Yeah.
driving towards an accident their child is in.
I accept that criticism.
Yeah.
It's not like a big problem for me.
It's just something I noticed,
Yeah.
and I think part of it is because
But there's also like...
we have a history, like, driving at that time on those kinds of roads.
Okay. And there's also, again, it's kind of like a get out of jail free card is what's happening though.
I don't know about that.
I think so. I've read...
Because it's before the film starts getting weird.
I think the film...
noticeable.
I think the film might not be what you think it is before it starts getting weird.
And I accept that as a possibility.
Yeah. They very early on, they show that Rosamund Pike has pills.
Yes.
And those pills have hallucinatory effects.
Yeah.
So I think how much of it is... It's all up for interpretation, right? But fine, like that. If that's... Yeah, it's legitimate criticism. I just can't say it bothered me all that much. But I didn't leave fully... I wish they had left it more open than they did.
Yeah. That's the
But
thing.
I don't agree with what they are implying happened.
No, I know, but like...
I think shit went on in the woods.
Okay. That's the thing. I don't know how you'd end this film. Like, if I was writing this film, I don't know how I would end
And that's what I loved about watching it. Is like, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
They didn't land it. They didn't stick the landing.
No. But that's the thing. Whereas I would happily volunteer that as a criticism at the film.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would suggest as a better ending.
Right. Yeah, no, fair.
Because it's one of those films where it's like, it's the situation that you want to...
Yeah,
and it's all the ambiguity, but like, that doesn't lead to anything...
You know,
and that's good because it leaves it so open to interpretation, but it doesn't suggest an ending. And so I think whatever ending you give it, to some people that's going to be unsatisfying.
It doesn't suggest an obvious ending, but there are endings out there that, had they occurred, you would have gone, of course that's the ending.
Okay.
Right? That's the beauty of an inevitable ending, but not a predictable one.
Yeah.
how do you end it? I mean, there are films like, the fuck was it called? Saint Maud, where you said that final bit completely made you fall in love with the film, basically. Yeah. And I think this is kind of the opposite, where you have not an image like that, but the ending, and you go, "Oh, I don't want that."
Yeah,
I didn't want it to be that. And listen, I don't think you have to agree with it because it doesn't answer everything. But like the stuff before that, when it starts really getting, I loved that stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I'm in my element here.
Okay,
you know, this is like creepy. What is going on?
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on? And so you kind of just have to end that stuff. You can't like wrap it up or explain it. You just have to stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we've talked around it because it is a film that like make your mind up about what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
But I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Considering that it's basically just a two-hander.
Yeah.
With additional voice work.
Yeah.
And it's just in one location and a very limiting location as well.
Yeah.
They are sitting in a car.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole film.
Mm-hmm.
You got to commend it that they're able to kind of make that. Not just that they're able to kind of carry you through that.
Yeah.
But that there's variety in the filmmaking.
Yes. No, there is. Yeah, they get the money's worth out of it. And I think Kermode said, like, he loved the film.
Okay.
And he said that it's one of the first films in a long time he's had to watch going, it's only a film. It's only a film.
Oh, really?
Now, I didn't have that, but I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a parent and you have a kid that's called you at 3 a.m., you would get that anxiety completely.
No, I will say...
when it was resting up, I was like, nothing. I mean, I'm an adult, Mark. I don't think it's only a film, but I was going, I don't like it. I don't like what's happening.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just alluded to the fact that we used to go on drives like this all the time.
Yeah.
And it did, listening to her on the phone and the situation she's getting herself into, it did kind of make me go, oh yeah, we were like putting ourselves at risk there in a way, weren't we? It was like...
But we weren't on drugs driving.
No, that's the thing. Like, if we'd ended up like in a similar situation to her, we would have been just as helpless.
Yeah,
and that's not something...
Could have had just a nice middle-aged lady come and go, hello, darling, what seems to be wrong? Yeah, white pleasantness is so terrifying.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like, oh yeah, it was like they're nice, it was nice and everything, but you don't think about the potential disaster that it could come from like being alone in a place like that.
Yeah.
I will say though, this is only like, it's a minor criticism as well, and it's more to do with like the practicalities of the filmmaking than it is about like anything to do with the story. Mm-hmm. So like in that sense, it doesn't take away from the film's greatest strength.
Yeah.
That forest was CG, right? Like bits of it was CG.
Yeah.
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 You can tell the difference.
No, you can. Again, it's the type of film that like you could feed into it. Do you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
I'm not arguing for that. I'm
No.
saying like that. It's the type of film that has that kind of card it can play. Like, yeah, it kind of looks unreal because
No.
You don't think so?
No, because they do have it does seem like for the most part they're on roads.
Yeah.
Or at least they managed to make those roads look convincing
What part
enough.
of the forest did you think was CG?
Well, certainly at the very end. Not the very, very end in the day.
Yeah.
That final sequence where they're tearing through the forest. I think a lot of that isn't practical.
Yeah.
And I think as they're they're approaching
Yeah.
the place where they stop, I think when they get out, that's practical.
Yeah, no.
But
I think, yes, when she is speeding along,
yeah.
I'm fine with that because they are definitely trying to contrive unreality at that point.
Okay.
So it's all zipping by and it does not look real.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. We're leaving the bounds of anything real at that point, right?
Okay.
I'm not. That's not me justifying it.
Yeah.
I think that's legitimately that's okay. But also I could see why you would have a problem with it.
Why is that?
No, why one would have a problem with it.
Oh, I see.
I can see why you would have a problem. No,
it's just but that's the thing. For most of the film, I couldn't tell for the most part if they were in a studio using volume or whether they were actually out on the road driving.
Yeah, no, I agree that end thing it does not look real, but I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think that's enough, right? I would recommend it.
Yeah, and it's not something that would make me go, and therefore don't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of those films where whoever we recommend it to might come away thinking something entirely different.
Yeah. And again,
that's exciting in a way, isn't
it's a broaden your horizons film. Again, it's like you might hate it, but you should try it.
Yeah.
You know? F1. F1. What's it about?
Okay. Noise it makes as it goes past.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Well, I guess the first is an important question before we really get into it. Did they hire Brad Pitt for this because he did exactly this shtick in Moneyball? Or because Pitt is in his name?
Both crop up in my review.
So there you go.
We'll see what we decide.
See what we land on. Yeah, Brad Pitt is, when he was younger, he was an F1 driver, a protege.
Mm-hmm.
But he was involved in a terrible accident, so he had to stop F1 driving. But he just wants to drive, man.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout his life, he's just been a bit of a drifter. He just goes places and drives cars for people. When we start the film, he's doing the 24 hours at Daytona.
Yeah.
They say at one point during the film he was even a New York taxi driver. He just drives, you know?
Yes.
And not Joaquin Phoenix, bloody hell.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem comes to him early on after the Daytona thing, and he's like, I need an F1 driver for my failing F1 driving team. Mm-hmm. And Brad Pitt's like, nah. And Javier Bardem's like, yeah. And he goes, all right. So it's about Brad Pitt coming back to the F1 scene after all these years. He's got a very different mindset to the team. Mm-hmm. There's some clashes in personality and tactics, but ultimately, they have to kind of pull it together so they can finally win the F1.
That's it. Written by Aaron Kruger, who's done the live-action Ghost in the Shell, the live-action Dumbo, and Transformers 2, 3, and 4.
Ooh. All right, okay.
He also co-wrote Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, well, the writing is not
I know.
What you watch Top Gun Maverick.
Directed by Joseph Kosinski, who is the director of this. I think it's fair to claim that this is his best script, mostly by comparison.
Okay.
But it's not bad on its own terms.
Well, yeah, there's no right to be, really, is it? Given all the beats that it's hitting.
No, yeah. This is kind of a spiritual successor to Maverick. The spectacle, the speed, the older star, representative of the previous generation of Hollywood. I mean, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt are two of the biggest old school movie stars ever, basically. Yeah. Like Maverick, its script is not its strongest element, but again, not terrible. More than anything, it's just playing the greatest cliches, right?
Yeah.
Too many to list, but notably for me, there's a moment where reflection. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
There's a moment where you're at the bottom of the ninth, and there's a gleam. Do you know what I mean? There's always that kind of moment.
Feels like I'm flying.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Maverick meets Moneyball, really.
Yeah.
Not just the pit of the Enterprise, but there are similarities between Sonny Hayes and Billy Bean. The whole underdog nature of the stakes, the idea of picking up 1 second every lap, like using stats and maths to win, very Moneyball. It's a very professionally mounted affair. The definition of a comfortable watch, all the seams made invisible. Seeing people work on cars, process, that lends itself to cinema. I have zero interest in Formula One, and I continue to have zero interest in Formula One. No zero interest. It's like a bank advert. It has a good go at offering the audience novel points of view for racing. but it does not, for example, do for Formula One what Challengers did for tennis.
Yeah, I mean, you get some angles you wouldn't get in a normal Formula One race.
You get some, but I did not feel like I did at the end of Challengers. I've now seen every way you can film a tennis match.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. Cinema has filmed Formula One races before. Mm-hmm. So what's this bringing
to the table? Yeah.
Well, I guess what it's bringing to the table is F1, right? Like the actual...
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is a producer.
Well, yeah, Lewis Hamilton is a producer. And I said to you, I think I've said to multiple people, that I had no instinct as to what this film was when it was coming out. I didn't know if it was a biopic. I didn't know if it was just like what it actually is, which is just it's a sports movie set in the world of Formula One.
Yeah.
And I think what threw me off is that the film is not only called F1, it uses the actual F1 logo.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I mean, the fact it was Kaczynski made me think, oh, it's going to be like Maverick, but with cars.
Yeah.
Like, the appeal is watching proper stunts in cars and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know anything about the script.
Yeah. And so I think what it is, ultimately, it's, like you said, Lewis Hamilton is a producer, and they're clearly using the facilities and resources that are available to actual F1 drivers. And it's just... So I think the idea is that they wanted to make a Formula One film that was, like, authentically Formula One.
Yeah. But I mean, it is, like, in some territories, it's called Formula One, the movie. And that is what it is.
But it's interesting, because, like, those facilities that they're in during the film, every single one of them are immaculate.
Of course.
They've got that, like, that kind of... Oh, we can't make it look... Because you're using the actual... It's like with the US military, right? I think that they've got a deal... Like, whenever they use actual equipment in Hollywood films, you can use this authentic military equipment, but you can't depict the military in a negative light.
Of course, like Save Mr. Banks with Disney, or The Intern or whatever with Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this film...
with Amazon.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with this, it's like, right, you can use our actual F1 pits and our F1 tech and our F1 commentators and whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, everything's got to be so fucking clean. All the other races are going to be super well behaved.
Yes.
Everything's got to be, like, we're using the actual tracks and we're depicting them, like...
Which, of course, is fair enough, right? If you're going to lend your stamp to something, those are fair demands to make.
Yeah.
I will say, I didn't feel that watching I didn't feel that influence watching the film.
Okay.
Of, like, oh, they're managing their reputation. I didn't feel that.
Okay.
It felt like a generic sports movie.
Well,
but like you pointed out.
Because you can't do anything that would shine negatively on the actual F1, so...
But I mean, they never...
You can't do anything outside of the Brad Pitt
It's not
stuff.
the type of film that would have done that anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's about an underdog racer. That's what the film is.
Yeah.
It's Rocky in a racing car.
On a fictional team as well.
On a fictional team,
Not an actual F1 team.
Yeah. It's not the kind of film that's going to be critical of the institution of Formula One.
Not necessarily critical, but like...
I know what you're saying.
They could
Not perfect.
Apart from at the end, when Lewis Hamilton kind of takes someone out of the race.
Yeah.
Inadvertently, I guess. I don't think he's supposed to be deliberate. Yeah, they can't like get other F1 people involved in the story, really, can they? No,
that was the only time it like proper stood out to me, was when Lewis Hamilton's name was mentioned. I was like, yeah, okay, they use it. They are using the F1 thing.
Well, they're very effusive in their praise of Formula One in general.
Okay.
Like they say, oh, Brad Pitt, he must have raced alongside Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna, and like, or like they're like, oh, all these heroes of F1.
The great tradition.
And even Javier Bardem, because this is the weird thing I found with the film was that like, why F1? Like Brad Pitt's character, his whole thing is I love driving. It's not I love F1.
Yeah.
Like the film starts with him racing in the 24-hour Daytona, and the film ends with him doing the Barger 1000, I think it is. And that's what over the credits is him driving over dunes. It's nothing to do with F1. That character just loves driving.
Yes.
So why is F1 the venue the film takes place in?
Well, it's got to take place somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's the highest profile racing tournament in the world, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because Javier Bardem says like, oh, if we win F1, then we're going to be we can say we're the best in the world.
But that is true.
Is it? Yeah. I'm saying this is someone that is like out of the loop with F1.
Yeah, I mean, I am, as far as I know, yeah, F1 is the creme de la creme, you know. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Okay. As far as I know.
Okay.
But I also know that apparently fans of Formula One don't love the film.
I can see that. I could see Brad Pitt's shenanigans and chicanery.
It's not that. Apparently, it doesn't represent it accurate. I don't know. But like, whenever a film is made about a thing, people who are into that thing complain about its representation of the thing.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
But I don't care about that.
But just my instinct would say, given that Brad Pitt is like deliberately like trashing his own car and like exploiting the penalty system and everything, I could see people being like, "Oh, but that's not
good sportsmanship."
Yeah, that's not how Formula One people do it. You know?
Well, Brad Pitt is basically Brad Pitt.
Yeah, of course.
Javier Bardem plays things very straight down the middle.
Yeah.
It's not a project that lends itself to idiosyncrasy. It wants to be a big, high-budget crowd pleaser. The highlight in the cast is Kerry Condon, who's just a likeable on-screen presence. Much like Jennifer Connelly in Maverick and other things, she's the older Hollywood leading man's crumpet, right?
Yeah.
Women in their 40s and 50s that young men still would, and who deflect criticisms of age gaps. Even if there's still 20 years between her and Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
it just looks more right, than if it
Yeah.
was Anna de Armas or something. My heart sank at the runtime, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Something happens midway through that promises a very surprising twist, but it isn't.
Okay.
That the other driver dies. It's like, ooh, okay.
Oh,
but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
And it breaks the Rocky rule. But if a film is falling short of greatness, I guess it's okay not to care about that sort of thing, right? It does precisely what you expect it to. I think it has enough action for most moviegoers. It gives them what they want.
There was more F1 racing than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
Which I guess I would put in the win column.
Yeah, it didn't turn me on.
Okay.
It's not for me, right? This isn't a graduation from Maverick, especially considering Pitt's I feel like I'm flying musing. It's like this should have come first to be succeeded by Maverick.
Yeah.
Maverick is the step up from this, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that was kind of one of my main problems with it is like, why F1?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when the whole thing of that character is, I just like driving. I don't care what the venue is. I'll just drive anything. So why is F1 being positioned as like...
But it is the best.
But you could be argued that like, well, it's the best because this film is produced by F1, so F1 would say it's the best.
You could argue, but it is the best. Like that, you can't... I'm saying it's annoying if they say it.
Yeah.
But they are right to say it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. Like, if they are right, they're right. I won't argue with that.
Yeah.
But that is something I was thinking during the film. As someone that didn't...
I get that. And it's like, because it's coming from them, you're not... It's not easy to take them at their word. And it's just annoying that they're saying it. But unfortunately, it is the truth.
Okay. And also, again, I'm saying this as someone that is not... I haven't watched a single episode of Drive to Survive.
What's that?
It's basically like... it's a dramatization of... Well, I say it's dramatization. It is real. But it's like a show that Netflix produced that kind of goes through a season of F1.
Okay.
And it kind of shows you all like the behind-the-scenes dramas, and it kind of like weaves narratives out of...
Okay.
Like real things that happen with the drivers and everything. I don't know how dramatized it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it's fairly accurate, but it's put together like a kind of... It's supposed to be like an entertaining, like, here's what happened.
Yeah.
It's not like just about the statistics and the racing, it's about like the drama behind the scenes and like
Clarkson's track.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what Drive to Survive is doing.
I was going to say Clarkson's cars, but that's top tier.
And so, yeah, I guess that maybe this is a point better made by someone that is more familiar with Drive to Survive, but in a world where Drive to Survive exists and has existed for quite a while and has seemed to establish itself as like an important feather in the cap of F1, you have to do something pretty special to justify like a dramatized version of F1 like this. Where it's like
you have to artistically justify it to people like us, but really...
Well, even to F1 people.
Money.
I know, yeah, you justify it to the people that have the money being like, people like F1 some money.
Brad Pitt's in it.
And Brad Pitt's in it. But, yeah, like, it's just it's a generic sports film.
It's a generic sports film. Yeah, absolutely.
Drive to Survive, as far as I'm aware, it has, like, real drama and real stakes because it's all actually happening. So why...
who gives a fuck?
Well, that's
like,
who can people obviously do.
Yeah, I know, but it's like... No, this is me speaking. Like, so fucking boring. Don't you find it boring watching car racing? It's so fucking boring.
And I think maybe that's something that Drive to Survive was
makes unboring.
Well, no, I think that's one of the things it was trying to address. Is like, well, how can we make F1 more interesting to people, or the stuff around the races more interesting?
It doesn't have to. Plenty of people seem to fucking like it. It's like a weird. You've got like the young girls like anime and all that kind of stuff. Then there seem to be a lot of young women that love Formula One.
Yeah,
like on Sundays, that's what they do. They watch Formula One.
I've known people when I was like younger.
Yeah,
people in school that loved Formula One.
Mad. Yeah. Absolutely mental. Okay.
Fast cars, I guess, right?
Just going around a track.
Yeah, but that's all motor racing.
Yeah, all motor racing is boring, not just Formula One.
Okay. But F1, they make a different sound and they're a different shape. And
let's move on to our final review, shall we?
All right, okay. So it's not a recommendation?
Not from me.
Is?
Not from me.
It's
not bad, but it's nothing that I'd recommend.
Yeah. You sure? Yeah. No need to watch it.
No. Okay. NE ZHA 2.
You watched it.
I had to.
You had to.
Yeah.
Which did you watch the subs or the dubs?
I watched the dubs. No, sorry. No, I lied. I watched the subs.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I did. I watched the subs.
Yeah. And the reason I asked you that is because this is a Chinese animated film. The highest grossing animated film of all time. The only animated film that has ever succeeded $2 billion at the global box office. It came out this year, Sam.
Yes.
That caught my attention.
Right.
Because, like, I know China, like, a lot of people seem to watch films in China.
Well, it's made $1 less. It's made dollars less than the amount of people that live there. So it's like, you know.
So yeah, I was like, okay. What's happening? Why this one?
Yeah.
What's caught people? Sequel as well, NE ZHA 2.
It's a
So it's
sequel.
like, okay, I have to kind of see what's going on
Yes.
here. And what's going on here is an awful lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember how long it is. I felt
It's
like
long.
it was a long film.
It's long, yeah.
Longer than Spider-Verse.
It's 2.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah, because that's the thing, when we reviewed Across the Spider-Verse, we
Yeah.
said that film is the most animated film of all time.
Yes, absolutely.
This might have overtaken it in terms of like the sheer amount of stuff that happens and amount of things that the film makes you see.
Yes.
I am skirting around giving a synopsis because I don't really know, Sam, I'll be honest. It's difficult because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
And I've seen people say that you could watch this without watching the first one. I felt that I was at a disadvantage because I hadn't seen the first one.
Okay.
Because it picks up right where the first one ended, as far as I can gather.
Yeah.
And so, like, the first thing you see is they're, like, rebuilding the bodies of the main characters.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first one because why would I?
Yeah.
You know.
And
No, I
then,
haven't
like,
seen the first one.
there are characters that just, like, these are clearly people that were important in the last film. And it'll just cut to them. Like, it just cuts to a guy talking to these 4 dragons. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm supposed to know
Yeah, well,
what's going on.
I'll say this up front. I'm going to leave the content criticism to you.
Okay.
Because all I have to say about the film itself is that there's an old Confucian geezer that drinks piss and likes it.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours long of, like, dragons and elements and swirling. And I don't give a damn.
Okay.
All right? But I can talk about its context. But I'll let you review the actual film.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from Chinese animation, because it's not something I've indulged in often.
Animation.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's very anime inflected. And I don't know whether that's typical of China, or whether that is
Yeah,
something
the
they
kind
borrowed
of
from.
the visual motifs of anime, but in a different style.
Yeah, because it's kind of more reminiscent of, like, Pixar stuff, right? In some ways.
The style of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's more motion blurring than Pixar stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, towards the end of the film, when you've got those, like, bigger than Avengers Endgame battles happening, there's a lot of, like, kind of dropped frames and drawn frames and stuff that looks like it's taken direct inspiration from traditional anime.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of more reminiscent of, like, it looks more like a Pixar film. Not like the newer stuff, where it's kind of more rounded, and it's like Pixar kind of like in the 2010s.
Yes.
There's just an awful lot. That's the thing. Part of it is because, I felt like I've spent the first half of the film, like, catching up to myself. Just like, okay, right, I guess he's important. Right, so he's going to do this. Okay, so they're trying to achieve that. Okay, there are dragons, but the dragons are evil. Oh no, this dragon's good. But he's also a person. But they're going to drown a city in lava, but they're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot that it asks you to keep track of. Is that like a cultural thing, or is that like an age thing? I'm assuming this film is, like, aimed for younger audiences.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, do you think that's, like, more like it's kind of like energy and the amount of stuff that it's trying to cram in? Like, what do you think that's coming from? What's inspiring that?
Well, I don't think there's anything distinctly Chinese about that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not.
Is
it more just like, oh, young people need to experience stuff, so let's just put stuff.
Yeah. It wants to be a big, ambitious, epic Chinese folktale.
Yeah,
really, about good and evil.
It is based.
It's based on a book.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like pulling everything it has into it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily a cultural thing, because if anything, it feels more like a Western film.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe why it's doing so well internationally as well. So especially now that it's got its English dub release. Yeah, it's very palatable to a Western audience, I think. Like, we're obviously struggling with it a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I can see a lot of, like, especially if you're interested in, like, anime and kind of, like, Eastern animation and stuff, yeah, I could see you. Because like I said, it looks like Pixar. It kind of has that kind of Western look to it. And that might have been deliberate.
Yeah, there's not that barrier.
No.
The non-fans.
Yeah, the visual language is, you don't have to relearn.
Yes, exactly.
The visual language of what you're seeing. I like the flying pig. Do you like the flying pig?
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how much of this I watched.
Okay. I don't really understand why the flying pig turned into like those little fire roller skates that he ends up with later on in the film, but when he was a flying pig, I like that.
Flying pigs are good.
Yeah. Also, doesn't he fight a village full of beavers or something at one point?
Something like that.
That was kind of fun.
Did you like the film?
I like things about it.
Okay.
Overall, I think it's an awful lot, you know?
Too much.
Maybe I'd feel differently if I'd had the first film to kind of settle in.
Yeah.
Before I went into this one. I think what a lot of people are loving about it is those big action sequences. The choreography and the fights, the scale of the animation, the fidelity of like a lot of the effects, and that stuff is good. I am a little bit like, you know, if China is willing to put kids through what they're willing to put them through to make like a t-shirt in a sweatshop, what kind of conditions did the people that animated this work under?
Yeah.
Because animators are treated like shit in the West.
Yes.
I dread to think what it's going to be like out there in the East.
Yeah, the fact is, like, it was just never my thing anyway.
Yeah.
Right? On, like, every level.
Yeah, and I guess that could be said about it. Like, it's not a film that's going to change your mind about animation.
No. Oh, it's definitely not that.
No.
It'll test your patience for it.
Yeah,
it's too long.
If you're starting on the back foot with animation.
If you like it, I mean, this thing, I don't dislike animation, despite the reputation. I'm not. I'm open to any animated film being good. I'm going in with neither like, oh, I like animation, so cool, or oh, fucking here we go. Yeah. I'm just open to it, completely open to it. Some animated film, some of my best films, some of my best friends.
Some of my favourite films are animated.
Yeah, they are, genuinely. Yeah. But you're asking a lot of me. For a 2.5 hour epic animated pig film or whatever, like it's a lot. So yeah, I don't have anything really to say about the film itself, other than I knew you would handle it. Like, it's just not for me.
Well, I feel like I've barely handled it. In all honesty,
well, this is just too much. Like, what can you say? You know,
yeah,
it's just
like I didn't resonate with the sense of humour.
No,
I don't think that is a cultural barrier thing. I think
just wasn't funny.
Yeah, well, I think it's because the humour is aimed towards a young audience. Like you said, there's a moment where the main character needs to go to the toilet, so he's escorted somewhere, but then he kind of annoys the person that's escorting him, so they're like, oh, you'll figure out the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And so he does, and he like relieves himself in what it turns out is like a basin filled of drinking water.
That's what I'm saying. And then the Confucian bloke drinks it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, okay.
That's more Japanese than Chinese. Or German, actually.
Or it's all fetishy, is it? Yeah, so it's got like that kind of sense of humour, and I think when he's in the beaver village beating up the beavers, I think they're beavers. I don't know.
Yeah,
groundhogs maybe.
God, this is a horny thing. Beating the beavers and drinking piss.
Yeah, like you've got that like the second in command gopher. I'm just going to keep going through animals, and because one of them has to be right. Like
the otter pig.
The otter pig. Yeah, he's always like. Whenever he fights the main character, the main character's power is like on the fritz. So it's giving an impression to the other members of that community that like, oh, he's actually the strongest. It's like a running gag. But that groundhog character, he's just like, he gets so, it's just so annoying how like gloaty he gets. Yeah. And I know that's the point, but it's like, okay, that just kind of shows to me that like I'm not vibing with a sense of humour.
Yes.
The fight choreography is pretty good. Like all of that, like animate, you can't fault the fights because
I'll take your word for it.
No, I think like as you get towards the end, they get so massive.
Yeah,
what they're doing and how they just get so massive that it does kind of become noise a little bit. And ultimately, no major character dies.
Yeah,
even though they're like hitting each other so hard, like reality is breaking.
Right.
No one actually dies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of without consequence.
That's very Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some like minor characters might die, but yeah, you think like there'd be more casualties in a battle where I think it's literally like millions of things.
Yes.
like fighting. But yeah, some of like the earlier stuff where you can actually like tell the choreography. That's all kind of handled very well. So yeah, there's things about it to like.
Okay.
But yeah, because it's such a big film, both in terms of its runtime and in terms of its
Gross.
loudness, I guess.
Right.
It ended up putting me off.
Yeah.
And I say that as someone who Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was my favourite film of that year.
Okay.
I'm not saying that, like, oh, therefore this film bad. I'm saying, therefore, you would expect me to like NE ZHA 2, and it ended up being too much for me.
Right. Yes. Okay, well, I can talk a bit around it.
Okay.
I don't like China.
At all?
Okay?
They got some good food.
As a state.
Okay.
This film has enjoyed unprecedented success. Like you said, the highest grossing of the film of the year so far. 5th highest grossing of all time.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other records. Like you said, highest grossing animation, all that kind of thing. And it's impossible to divorce all that from the conversation. I would say really that is the conversation about it.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if there existed a direct relationship between the state and the filmmakers in the production of the first film or this one. But it is China, right? No such separation truly exists. Whatever the case, you better believe there's a relationship now, right? Between those two entities.
Yeah.
Negative articles about the film have been censored in China.
Right.
School kids have been sent to see it multiple times.
Okay.
Later having to write about why they're proud of it and how it's better than Japanese animation.
Okay.
This isn't just tittle-tattle. The first point, at least, is widely substantiated. Kids being sent over and over again to see it. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes for the first film, you'll see there are over 250 audience reviews, mostly 5 stars, mostly glowing praise. There are only 19 critic reviews, right? Not enough for a consensus. The sequel has 76 critic reviews. Because it made money, sure, people want to see what it's all about. But something's going on there, mate.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. If you read the Wikipedia article for the second film, you'll see an extract from an interview with Harold Bruning of the Macau Post Daily. So he's a German expat cynophilic toady that's almost certainly a shill mouthpiece for the CCP.
Right.
I'm just going to read some of that to you, what he said, okay? I believe that one day NE ZHA can globally play an iconic role similar to the United States' Mickey Mouse, a cartoon character and mascot co-created by Walt Disney in 1928. Besides, NE ZHA as a legendary, mystical, and even spiritual figure has much more historic depth than Mickey Mouse, an anthropomorphic mouse characterized as an empathetic but fumbling underdog. China needs to further strengthen its soft power efforts, considering the rise of the global south and the West's ambiguous response to it. Our mighty NE ZHA could certainly help. Methinks he's vying to be on the right side of history. Okay. It reminds me of Steven Seagal and Putin. I will not support this, okay?
Okay.
Luckily, the Occidental fetish for the Orient amongst alt-millennial girls and socially retarded men is more weeaboo and koreaboo than sheaboo so far.
Okay.
But give it time. There's little to nothing I detected in the actual film by way of propaganda, disguised or otherwise, and I bear the creators no ill will. I have no problem with the film itself. But the milestone it represents has made it a consequential cudgel that China can wield going forward. The truth is, I wouldn't like it anyway. It's just too much, like you said. And artistic subtlety is to the Chinaman what scrutability is to the Chinaman. Not on display. I don't like the fact of the film.
Okay.
And it's big things like, yeah, China's now got a foothold in global... I don't like China. I don't want them to succeed.
Okay.
And like I said, all the things around it are sinister to me. How many great Chinese films are there? And I want you to remove Hong Kong and Taiwan from the equation.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know.
None.
Okay.
Is the answer.
I don't even know enough to know whether you're right. I assume you are, because I assume you would have done the research.
Yeah. I mean, like there are films like there's In the Mood for Love, and obviously all the Hong Kong action cinema. Hong Kong is just a separate thing entirely. That's not Chinese cinema. That's Hong Kong cinema. And Taiwanese cinema. Ang Lee is Taiwanese. He's made loads of great films. There is no great Chinese film. I submit to you.
Not even NE ZHA 2?
Not even NE ZHA 2. But this technically could be counted. This is the greatest ever Chinese movie.
I mean, yeah, in terms of success, absolutely. But yeah.
And quality.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are praising it.
Yeah.
I think because, it's appealing to a lot of... It is, like, I suppose it is generic enough, even though it is clearly influenced by Chinese mythology. The form that takes are these big, crowd-pleasing fight sequences and this kind of, like, mythology-infused film that seems to be, like, it's kind of talking about... I say it's talking about, it's not really talking about anything. And that's part of its success as well, so it's not saying anything with any real conviction.
There's nothing about it, like I said.
Things about like, oh, you have to like be good to you. I don't know. Like
there's something about
the things that all these films usually say is like, be good to yourself. Don't let evil win. Don't like
fine. Fine. But there's nothing about the film itself I picked up on.
Believe in yourself, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing about it that was like, oh, it's kind of smuggling ideas in that are like sinister. I didn't detect any of that.
No.
Like I said, it's the fact of it. It's the fact now it's more than a film. It's going to be. It belongs to the state, right? There is no such thing as like independent Chinese cinema.
Yeah.
So I don't like what it I don't like what it portends, and the film is just something I don't like anyway.
Okay.
So that's kind of my review.
Okay, but that's the thing. China has never been like a presence on the cinematic world stage.
But now it's trying to be.
But that's the thing. I was going to say they're not. From a creative standpoint, it's not as if we have famous Chinese director blah 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 or famous Chinese actor blah blah. Well, we got a couple of Chinese actors, but
actors, yeah.
The presence that China typically has is they own studios, and so we're getting a lot of films. We have been getting a lot of films for a while now where they'll partially take place in China, or they'll have a good thing to say about China, or they'll have like China will come in to help, and a lot of like positive Chinese like.
None of that is good.
No, but that's what China has been in cinema.
Yes.
It has been a fact on the practical side of things. Like they've got their hands in the cookie jar behind the scenes, and also people are very much aware that there's a lot of people in China that watch films.
Exactly, yeah.
So we have to make films that appeal to a Chinese audience. We have to re-edit our films so that
we have to get John Cena to apologise.
We have to get John Cena to apologise, and we have to shrink down the
John
black
Boyega
guy on the Star Wars poster, and we have to cover Black Panther's face.
Right.
We'll still play Black Panther out there. We just won't tell them there's black people in it.
Yeah.
Because that will work, I guess. I've already paid for the ticket at that.
I get talk about no values from Eddington. It's like, why are you marketing to these people?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, money. That's all. Obviously, it's all it comes down to. But it just seems like, oh, you're really like big in China. I would take that as like, that's what it meant.
So it's interesting that like you seem to say that this marks a new phase in that plan for them. It's like, all right, now that we have our tendrils in, now we're going to start pushing content at you.
I don't know if it like I can call it a plan, and then like, okay, then we'll make NE ZHA 2, we'll make it this, and I think the film existed and has been successful, and they have seized it. I don't think, and they're running with it. Like, okay, this proves now. It's the soft power thing. It's like, okay, we're not going to move our troops into X, but we can influence with our art, and I don't want China influencing anywhere with its art.
Okay.
It's a communist state. No, thank you.
Right.
That's my review. So I wouldn't recommend it because I don't think you should support it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's stuff that I was not aware of when we started the review. I don't know.
No, I didn't know about it. Like, I knew it was a Chinese film.
Yeah.
So that made me think, okay, what's that mean?
Yeah.
So I did a bit of research and, turned up all that stuff.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if it changes my opinion of the film massively because I didn't have the most positive opinion of the film anyway.
The film is the film. Everything I said is divorced from that.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting conversation to have about the film is not the film, but the film is an independent entity from its context.
Yeah.
And all I can say about the film is it don't do it for me. It's not my cup of tea. It was never going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be fair to it in that way. So shit. No, it's not. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't support it anyway.
Okay.
Because it's a bad fact.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say about it?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like... Well, I guess I wasn't defending it, but I don't feel like I did a very good job of like being... So this is what it is.
Right.
And I think part of that is the noise around it. Because I paid attention. I don't want to be like, oh, it's vague. Like, I did pay attention to it.
I didn't.
But
I'll be honest
it demands a lot of your attention.
Yeah.
And part of that is like... Because it's in another language as well. Because I will always try and avoid the English dub of something.
Same.
But that's the thing. Through all of that kineticism, you're still having to pass... Yeah. You're still having to read the subtitles and kind of like understand the... So there's another layer to it. Like as a Westerner watching it.
It's a big fantasy epic. That's, they're trying to do Endgame or Lord of the Rings, or it's all that kind of stuff, You know what the story is.
Yeah.
But in China.
Yeah. So, that's NE ZHA 2.
That's NE ZHA 2. Okay, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.